Hello everyone and welcome back to SAFC Fan TV. Today on Easter Monday, Sunderland travel to the London Road Stadium to take on Peterborough United, arguably the biggest game of the season. And joining me to watch the game first and foremost is wee Philly. Phil, I know you're nervous for this one, but how are you doing?
I'm not so bad. I've been working hard this morning, got the parcels delivered and back in time to watch the lads. Still confident though.
We're 45 seconds in, and he's already mentioned that he's a grafter. CONRAD as well. Obviously, you didn't speak about the game last night, but biggest game of the season. How you doing? How you coping with the nerves?
Yeah, I'm just glad to have finally been pulled off the reserves bench that I've been stuck on now for about 3 months. You just keep me back here the whole time, so I'm finally back for everyone. I'm nervous. I'm not as nervous as the Tranmere game, because I think the Tranmere game, I just felt like it was a Wembley final, and we were going to bottle it to a lesser team, so to speak. I'm just worried that it's like, I know in my head a loss isn't the end of the world in this, but it just feels like this is our time to make sure that we actually set that marker out and go, this is it. This is our top two this year.
I think my thoughts regarding today, just don't lose. Just don't drop points. Don't give them any extra points. Don't give them any advantage. Provided we beat the other teams in there like Accrington and Plymouth and Blackpool. I know we've got a few winnable games towards the end of the season, Charlton in there as well. Provided we win those games, I'm more than happy with a point today. Just avoid defeat away at Peterborough. We're going to go through the lineups. Sunderland first. Sunderland lineup like this. In goal, number 1, Lee Birch. Number 6, the captain, Max Power. Number 9, Charlie White. Number 13, Luke O'Nien. Number 16, Bjorn Sanderson. Number 23, Grant Lebanon. Number 25, Callum McFadzean. Number 26, Carl Winchester. Number 27, Jordan Jones. Number 28 is Ian McGeady. Number 31 is Ross Stewart. Substitutions for Sunday. Number 20, Remy Matthews. Number 2, Conor McLaughlin. Number 10, Aidan O'Brien. Number 11, Lyndon Gooch. Number 14, Josh Scowen. Number 21, Jack Diamond. And number 33 is Denver Hume. Hello, Gary from Wakefield as well. Gary's joined us. Gary, how you doing?
Hi guys, I'm okay. Sorry, my broadband connection's a bit like Paul McShane. Slow and ponderous.
Oh, I thought you were just going to say terrible.
Anyway, CONRAD, there's Sunderland's lineup there. Of course, to me, it looks like a 4-4-2. Personally, I would have rather had an extra body in midfield. But Ross Stewart's coming today. What are your thoughts on the lineup, CONRAD?
I'm glad we actually have 2 centre forwards playing. I thought we looked a lot better on Friday when Stewart came on. It gave us something else, because, when was the last time you saw White running into the channel to cross a ball in the box for anyone else to be there? It just gave us something a bit different and something else to think about. I don't know what the Peterborough centre-backs are like on there, but I know we've said a few times over the last few games that White, it's not that he has bad games, but he can be isolated by the centre-backs or even just the sheer number in defence on there. So instead of sort of going, right, well, we're going to run with our, tricky forwards in Jones and McGeady and that, we're going to actually go, right, no, we're going to play 2 centre-forwards here, and then we're going to try and sort of break his down, the other way, I guess.
Phil, you wanting in?
Yeah, just very quickly, can we just point out that we are live, so we're available on the live chat. If you want to comment and let us know, we will try and give you a shout out on there as well. Go on, Jack.
Yeah. Oh, Gary. I was going to go to Gary next. Anyway, Phil, seeing as Gary's dropped out, I know you're a big fan of the 4-4-2 formation. It is a massive game. What are your thoughts on the lineup today?
Well, I'm old school, and so 4-4-2 does it every time for me. The fact, 2 strikers up there, Ross Stewart, in the short time he's had on the pitch has produced results and has been good. So him and White up front, definitely. It looks a good team. Jones and McGeady as well. It's like you're going to be supplying the centre forwards there. It looks like a good attacking lineup, and I'm excited. I'm a little bit excited.
Yes, doesn't take much for you to get excited. Gary, I know you're a big fan of. I know you're quite a fan of Josh Scowen in the middle. Like he's not in the team today. Carl Winchester returns. Ross Stewart up top with Charlie White. It could be 4-4-2. Some people look to be saying it could be 4-2-2. But what are your thoughts on
it? I'm a little bit uncertain because potentially it's 4-2-4, isn't it? If we push the wingers up. I don't know whether a player like that. I can't quite figure it out, to be honest, what the plan is. But it seems to me that we'll have Winchester and Leadbitter sort of fairly central, protecting the back four. You've got the potential. It's interesting who's got Power in rather than McLaughlin, because Power's obviously going to get forward and whipping crosses. And I suspect that's part of his theory today, is to get the ball out of the wide areas. We know their pitch is crap, particularly down the middle, and try and whip in some balls for the front two. Maybe he thinks their centre half is going to be weak against the height of Stewart and Wyke. What I will say is, I think Johnson tactically, he's a wise old bird. I think he's probably had a good look at Peterborough, decided to go at them, which I'm always in favour of. I'd much rather we do that than play cautious like somebody like Jack Ross used to do. But I want to see how we set up. I need to see what the plan is. I'm just a little bit nervous that, particularly at home, these are a good team. I probably would have preferred a third midfielder. You're right, Jack. I'd have probably looked for Scowen to just, harry them and get amongst them a bit more. But that's just me. That's just me. Bit of PMT, pre-match tension. I'll be all right when we kick off.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if Scowen's the man, but certainly I would have rather seen a third midfielder in there just to put it with the battle that Peter are going to unleash on us going forward. They're a great attacking side, especially at home and especially in the early stages of games. And I'm a tad nervous that having two up front. I do think we attack better when we have two up front, especially when Wyke has someone to bounce off of. He does. You get more out of him, in my opinion. But I would have liked to see another midfielder in there. Interesting that Max Power is at right back as opposed to Conor McLaughlin. I wouldn't mind to see McLaughlin going in there and then having Power in the middle as well. And you've got quite a tenacious midfield there with Power and Winchester, and then Lebanon to sit back and control things, and that could maybe put up with the attacking barrage that Peterborough can sometimes put up. But we'll have to wait and see. I think. Much like yourself, Gary, it's just a bit of pre-match tension. Of course, as Phil pointed out, we are live. Phil, what's happening in the live chat already?
A few things. We're going to say hello to people from Argentina. Very quickly, someone's purchased the super chat as well. Denim13 donated $1.99. Thank you very much. Says Philly gives a wave. Philly gives a wave. There you go. Just for you, Denim13. Denim13 also says, where's Dino? Dino had a bit of bad news over the weekend, so he's just having a few days off. Also, Richie Stubbs says, nice to see Conrad back. Fan of you there, Conrad. Of course, Michael is.
I'll pay him his 20 quid later.
Yeah, Michael is at work today as well, so that's why you've got us on board. Don't forget, of course, you can chat totally for free, but the super chat is available if you want to purchase one of those, and the proceeds do go to help out on the channel. Back to you, Jack.
Yeah, we went through Sunderland's lineup. We're going to quickly touch on Peterborough as well. They line up like this. In goal, number 1 is Christy Pym. Number 3, Dan Butler. Number 4, Nathan Thompson. Number 5, Mark Beavers. Number 6, Frankie Kent. Number 8, returning to the start 11 for the first time in a while, is Jack Taylor. Number 9, Johnson Clark-Harris. Number 14, Louis Reed. Number 15, Sammy Schmorrocks. That's a name to get your head around. Number 16, Harrison Burrows. You what?
It's Betty's brother.
Oh, yes.
All right, okay,
yes.
come on.
It took me a second. It took me a second to click on. And finally, number 23 is Joe Ward. Now, I don't know what our knowledge of Peterborough is on the channel. I'm just going to quickly touch on a few things. Jack Taylor coming back to the midfield. He's apparently a very strong centre midfielder, can spray a good pass, can hit one from distance, maybe a bit like a Max Power style midfielder in there. Meant to be quite a dictator in the middle. I know the Peterborough commentator was pleased to see him coming back when I spoke to him. I think it was yesterday or the other day. Sammy Schmorrocks, a very creative player, and Joe Ward as well. I believe he's a joint top assister in the league. On the bench is number 13, Giolai, number 10, Suriki Dembele, number 14, Jones, number 24, Mason, number 7, Moise, number 12, Brown, and number 22, Hamilton. Interesting to see Suriki Dembele on the bench there, not in the start 11. He tore us to shreds in that kind of first 20 minutes when we played them at the stadium. I thought we handled him relatively well, despite him. Well, I say he tore us to shreds. He gave us a difficult challenge, I should say. Conrad, your thoughts on Peterborough's lineup?
I mean, I don't know a lot of their players in there. I knew straight away Clark Harris was going to be in there because it's him versus Wyke very much for the top goal scorer this season. I've heard of Dembele before in there, so I was a bit surprised to see that he was on the bench. But I was thinking a similar thing of our lineup on there. We've got a lot of like still attacking players are on the bench as well. So maybe they're going, this is the team we're going to put out for this system. And if we need to change it, we've got these players to change it to this, which is what we've done. Like, because I know a lot of us were talking about getting O'Brien in and that he should be playing as part of this team. But I think we've clearly gone, this is how we set up. And that's how Peterborough have gone. We're setting up like this. If we need to change, this is what we can bring on.
Yeah. Peterborough, Phil, Peterborough always give us a good game. The 2 times we've played at London Road, I think was a 1-1 draw and then a 3-0 loss. Have you got any thoughts on Peterborough yourself, Phil?
I just see Peterborough as the team what's going to bottle it. To be honest, I'm fairly confident for today, and I just think. I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about their team, to be honest, but I'm just say that again.
You don't know which one I would say.
Thank you very much. Hang on, just let me. There you go. That gets rid of it. Now we'll take over. So thanks for joining us on this bank holiday Monday. And right, have you piped down now?
Sorry.
Listen, just before you pass it around, can I quickly go to the chat? So I've got to give a shout out to John Hensel, who's just donated £5 on the super chat. Thank you very much to you for that. Marianne Carlo over in Boston, Massachusetts, $2 donated. Thank you very much for doing that. Carl Louis Dreyfus, who actually is the car enthusiast. We've got to say hello to him. John Bradley is saying, says his issue is Grant and Winchester in midfield. He'd have played Scowen before Grant. Anyway, go back on, but keep coming to us for the chat because there's loads in there.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, Gary, I'm going to go to you first. Out of our 9 remaining games, to me, the only game that even comes close to this one in terms of how much of a challenge it's going to be is Hull away. Do you see this as our biggest game in the final 9?
Yeah, I'm hesitating because you know what Sunderland are like. It could be the Blackpools and the Charltons that kind of derail us a little bit. So they're very much on my mind as well. But I think there's one thing that I think Johnson's got is he seems to have the players up for the bigger games. The way we played against Doncaster and Portsmouth was absolutely brilliant. He seems to, and this is why I'm sort of learning to trust him more and more tactically. You know, he seems to have got a pretty good idea not only how to get our own players up, but how to tighten up against maybe the better teams in the league. And let's face it, all season we've done better against the teams at the top of the league than we have done against the Wigans and the Burtons, etc. Yeah. So from that point of view, yeah, I mean, the Hull and Peterborough games are massive. Lose those 2, we don't go up. Win those 2, I'd say we're definites for going up. I know a lot of people are saying this. I'd settle for a draw right now because actually we've still got the game in hand. We'd better still if Hull didn't win. So, yeah, those 2 games are massive. You can't help but look at them and think they'll define the season. But on the other hand, you know, if we go down there this afternoon and get a win, what a statement that is. I think we'll be unstoppable at that stage. So I'm hoping that'll happen. And I do think Johnson will have them up for it. And even if it doesn't go our way in the first half, and I am sort of worried about their front 3, particularly if they bring Dembele on, I kind of trust Johnson to make the necessary changes to take the game to them. And everything coming out of the squad as well, the way they're talking, I think the lads are talking. They know what the aim is. They know what they need to do, and I like that sort of collective responsibility they seem to be taking. So it's not the be-all and end-all today, but it'll be. It's a big acid test, isn't it?
Yeah. Before I go to you, Conrad, the Dalek's back. Conrad, before I go to you, just on the importance of this game, Phil, back to the chat.
Yeah, this obviously the game. Well, I'm saying obviously, but it's news to me. Is being. It's being played on ESPN Plus. It's been shown on there in America. So a lot of our American friends who join in, Marianne Carlo being one, are going to be watching the game this time live, and they're going to watch our our stream later. Conrad?
Not only that, our mate who actually works at ESPN, Swanee 269, will be busy at work today doing the game for us.
Yes,
he will.
So, we've got to say hello to Michael Widman as well, watching from Germany. Come on, lads, he says. Back to you, Jack.
Yeah, Conrad, I mean, today is a massive game. We haven't done brilliant against Peterborough in the past. If you get through this one today, is that the toughest one done?
Yeah, I'm still with Gary in terms of, you've got Blackpool and Charlton to watch out for. Teams fighting for the playoffs are never easy ones as well. I mean, Hull's not going to be an easy one as well. Probably, but I think it was Thane said the other night when he was talking on the chat about when we actually look at the teams this season that are supposed to be the bigger teams, the harder teams to play this league, we've pretty much beaten all of them. Like Portsmouth, we beat them at their place. Lincoln were flying. We beat them 4-0 at their place. Doncaster were on an absolute tear. We beat them 4-1 at our place. And there beat Peterborough earlier on in the season. I know we didn't play very well, but we stayed in the game, sort of suffocated them and stole the win out of it on there, really. We do perform this season against the bigger sides, it almost looks like it. And that was always the way in. We seem to lose points against the ones where we shouldn't drop points is where it used to go wrong for us on here. So I don't know. I want to say I'm confident, but I'm still sitting there going, I'll take a draw. Just keep the gap the same and move on to our game in hand against Wigan as the one that we need above this here. Because I mean, even if this is a draw and we don't get that game in hand, we still got 2 over Hull. Like, this seems important now because they're right here and we can leapfrog them now, but we still have the other sort of hand of we've got 2 over Hull as well and to play.
Yeah, definitely. Gary, just looking at the bench there, we've read the subs out again. Remy Matthews, Conor McLaughlin, Aidan O'Brien, Lyndon Gooch, Josh Scowen, Jack Diamond, and return Denver Hume. Good bench. Who do you see being able to come on and impact the game?
I mean, I'm surprised he's left Gooch out. Not that I'm a major fan, but you know what you're going to get from him, and he'd help keep it tight. I think the obvious one there is if it's maybe he's not going our way, is O'Brien, because he'll. I'm not a big fan of O'Brien, but he will drop and pick the ball up and offer us something different just by his movement. So I could see that change. Did you say Maguire? Is Maguire on the bench?
I'll take another look.
I don't think he isn't. No,
it's not. He's not.
You see, I used to be a big fan of Maguire. I can see why he's not getting a regular start, but he is a game changer, isn't he? And he's a great lad to have on the bench. You know, like against Crewe, that goal against Crewe was superb. I think, there's only a couple of players in the team can do that kind of thing. So I would love to have seen Maguire on there, and I don't know whether that's an injury or something else going on. So that might be a glaring omission. Might be good to see Hume come on if we need some quality going forward.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
That would be me obvious, or one of the obvious changes. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's hope we're well in control and we're just bringing players on to shore up towards the end.
Yeah. Well, Keita Cameron Jude, of course, friend of the show, just put in the chat saying I think Maguire has picked up a knock, Gary. But just to stay on that, Conrad, even if he hasn't, I mean, he played in the under-23s and so scored that great goal, was going on Twitter and things like that. But to me, Conrad, it just seems as if Johnson doesn't really fancy him. He's not really his style of player.
He's not been at the races this season, though, really, has he? I mean, apart from an assist against Lincoln, I want to say, in the Cup, and that one screamer against Crewe, he's got a couple of penalties in the early part of the season under Parkinson. But apart from that, what else has he done? He didn't really seem to be, I don't want to say putting the effort in, but I always thought of Maguire as a player that would rile up the opposition and rile up the opposition fans and get the player and get the fans of us on his side and sort of enjoying the game. And it felt a bit like when he didn't have anyone to wind up, it just didn't work. There was no one in the crowd for him to have to sort of try and antagonise and get behind. I remember it was at Doncaster in the first season where he just picked up James Coppinger and just carried him round on the pitch after they'd had a bit of a wrestle, and it was just stuff like that. You just sort of your memories, and he would just get in and about. But I mean, also where he plays, you've got Jordan Jones, you've got McGeady, you've got O'Brien, you've got Gooch. Like, out of all of them, apart from Gooch, who's really off form, the other three are all better at doing Maguire's job than Maguire is. It's just Maguire can score a screamer out of nothing. Yeah. That's the only difference, really.
I think this might be the type of game for Maguire. I mean, I say that he is a bit of a big game player, but I don't think he's got a good game in him. He's a moments player. He's opportunistic. He'll pop up at the right time with a goal when you need him. But throughout the course of the game, he's not the type of player who can rely on constantly be an outlet, or constantly win the ball back, things like that. A player like O'Brien doesn't have anywhere near as much end product and won't get you as many important chances created and goals scored. But over the course of a game, he's more of an outlet. He's going to work a bit harder. He's going to do a little bit more for you. Overall, just very quickly before I go to you, Phil, on the bench, 149 people watching, 59 likes. If you haven't already, please do give us a like. Just press that thumbs up icon. If you're watching on a mobile device, you might need to quickly close the live chat. It doesn't cost anything, and it'll only take you a second. And if you haven't already as well, it is free. Please subscribe to the channel. We're closing in on 6,000 subscribers. Hopefully, get there pretty soon. If you haven't already and you do enjoy the content, please do that. But Phil, the bench today, Remy Matthews, Conor McLaughlin, Aidan O'Brien, and Gooch, Josh Scowen, Jack Diamond, Denver Hume. Are you happy about that?
Yeah, pretty much. O'Brien has done well for us, I think, recently. Gooch is doing all right.
All
right.
Sorry, lads, that was me.
6,000.
Thank you very much. Denver Hume, if he's going to be fit, I'd like to make sure. I mean, you think with him on the bench, he's going to be. He could get some minutes, but you don't want to be risking him too early coming back. But I suppose off the bench, if he gets 20 minutes or something like that. Can I quickly go to the chat? SAFC Dave 17 says 2 big men up front, so they don't need to play through the middle on the crap pitch, which is a good point, and maybe why he's done that. Back to you, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, just on Denver Hume, really, of course, coming back to the squad, he's played 75 minutes for the under-23s very recently, and then he played, I think, 45 against Gateshead and behind closed doors friendly. Gary, I'm going to go to you first. Callum McFadden, in it's fair to say, he hasn't set the word right this time at Sunderland, but I think if you exclude his last game on Friday, where I thought he was quite poor, he struggled. Shadotwo did beat him a lot of times, and in my opinion, he could have done better to get back. For their goal, he wasn't really anywhere to be seen. He had every right to go forward for the counter attack, but he didn't really burst to get back. But I think if you exclude that game, he had 4 decent performances recently, starting off against Portsmouth, then going on to Tranmere in the final, then 2 after that. But if Hume's fully fit, does he come straight back in for you? If the risk factor of him coming too early wasn't there.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, because I mean Denver. For me, he's not great at cutting crosses out. Defensively, he's still got some work to do. But getting forward, he's pacey, he's ambitious, he'll run at people. And so he does give us that threat. So, yeah, Denver would come straight back in for me. McFadden's clearly a player who's benefited from having a run of games consecutively. Yeah. In some respects, he's been really lucky because I don't think anybody was seeing him, being a first-team regular. But with Denver out and then Vokins being out as well, he's had his chance. He teams up okay with McGeady. He can be busy, but he's always got a rick in him. And positionally, sometimes, like you say, I just end up looking across to the left and thinking, where the hell's he gone? I don't think he reads the game that well from the back. So, yeah, I think he's out of contract end of the season. I wouldn't see us keeping him on personally. So he's probably playing for a new contract somewhere else. But, yeah, as soon as Denver's fit, Denver goes in ahead. And I'd put Vokins in ahead of him as well, based on Vokins' last game with us anyway.
Right, interesting, Gary. I don't know what's happening to with this audio. It's not really this, right? The Dalek. Gary, thank you ever so much for joining us, as always. Just quickly before you go, have you got a quick score prediction? Score prediction,
yeah. I've already gone 2-2, and I'm gonna stick with that. What I will say is there's goals in the game. And if it's 3-2, it could go either way, and let's just hope it's us. If we get in the ascendancy, we could win. Yeah, I'll say 2-2, but I'm hoping for someone getting that third.
Yeah, I think we all are really, but I think a lot of people would take a point there. But Gary, thank you for joining us as always. We'll see you again at half time.
Yeah, no problem. Join you then, lads. Take care.
See you in a bit.
Cheers.
Bye. Conrad, obviously you weren't on the show last night, the Sunday Bunch, and we all went through our predictions. Can we have a prediction from yourself?
Yeah, I said 2-2 in the chat as well. That's just what I thought. I thought a bit more than a Jack Ross special, I should say. But yeah, 2-2, easy.
There's a bit of an interesting dynamic to do with how good Peterborough are going forward and how sound we tend to be defensively. We tend to be quite tight, and I think sometimes when we concede one goal, we can go and concede another and another. But I think if we keep it tight off, we can be very strong defensively, and we've kind of had this makeshift defence that seemed to cover us quite well. And that's quite an interesting dynamic, isn't it, Conrad? Defence as attack.
Just before, I was just watching the stream and they were just showing Peterborough's goals against Accrington. Can we start investigating them for match fixing? That was some of the Accrington defending on there for Clark Harris's hat-trick was horrific. Literally just letting him tap it in on the line. No wonder
they put a similar bet on that field.
Yeah, exactly. They had Clark Harris to be top scorer.
Clark Harris to be top scorer. Do you want an info?
Yeah, somebody on the chat says, and it's a fairly valid point, I suppose, 2-0 to Sunderland. They're saying we always perform better against the top sides, even without this better side. What we have now, we've done pretty good. And they say, we're the lads from Essex, the Essex lads in there watching. Also, we need to give a shout out to Alessandro in Santa Miranella, Rome, apparently. And Brian Halliday says, the king will always bring something to the party. Well, not today, he won't. Jack?
Yeah, Conrad, just back to yourself. It's quite an interesting dynamic, isn't it?
I've forgotten your original question, mate. So, yes, it is an interesting dynamic. I agree with your original point.
Yes, we tend to be quite strong defensively. At the very least, have improved recently. But Peterborough are good going forward. Well,
that's right. We're very good at sort of keeping clean sheets. So it is going to be a proper test today, and hopefully, our sort of not defensive mentality, but the way we've been playing will stand us in better stead against them when they sort of pile men forward. Because for them, if I was Peterborough, I'd be telling the team not to play any differently than we have been in any other game, just to try and get at us and cause us problems. But again, with Johnson, I quite like the fact that in this game, he doesn't look to have put out a team that's like, right, we're going to settle for the draw and we're going to frustrate them and try and break out. He's gone, no, we can have a go back at them as well today. And I'm quite looking forward to that. Oh, and the players are coming out, I think, on my stream. They're probably already out on your stream.
Somebody said in the chat they've pointed out that the water in the pitch, and which is already a very poor pitch.
It does look very sandy, doesn't it?
Well,
yes, like a beach.
I'm confident. I know you didn't ask me about my prediction, but it doesn't matter. I don't feel at all left out.
Did you not have one last night, Phil?
I did, but what if people didn't watch last night?
Well, go on then. Tell us your prediction again. For the
No.
That's a reason for them to go back and watch last night's show.
It's a little plug. Go on.
I said close game, 1-0 for me. I'm confident we'll do it. I don't know why I was. I was like Terry said last night. I was probably more nervous for the Oxford game than this one. I just think we'll be all right. And seeing the team, I'm really happy with the team. I think it's in a like.
Is Pym a good goalkeeper? I seem to remember from theirs.
Well, when I spoke to one of the matchday commentators for Peterborough, and he said that he's a good keeper overall, but against Blackpool, he just made a few howlers. But overall, he's supposed to be a good keeper. Phil, just on that, I will be quite surprised if we kept it. In all fairness to ourselves, I will be still quite surprised if we were to keep a clean sheet today, in all honesty.
Who's your friend commentator?
Sam Edwards, I think his name was. He was.
Oh, right on. All right, I've misheard you. Sorry, I'll just get those wax out my ears. Right, okay. I mean, well, we're just about kick-off, aren't we?
Yes. Conrad, seeing as I'm slightly ahead of yourself, should I take the first 15 minutes of commentary, and then we'll hand over to yourself?
Yeah, no bother, mate. I'm going to keep the flash scores on as well, so I can keep these up to date if Hull do anything.
Yeah, just very quickly in the live chat, Tom Wallace just saying, if you're new to this, haven't done it yet, give the lads a quick like. It might bring us up. Yes, if you haven't already, 175 people watching, 76 likes, or rather 80 likes. Please do give us a thumbs up. Just press that thumbs up icon. Give us a like. See if we can get 200 by the end of the stream. It doesn't cost anything. It'll only take you a second. If you've got the live chat up on your mobile device, you need to quickly close that. And if you haven't as well, please do subscribe to the channel. We do this for every single game. You might enjoy the content, but we're about to kick off any moment now. So I think we'll just wait until the lads get us going. There's Lee Johnson on the touchline. Looks like a very sunny day down in Cambridge. I think Peterborough's in. Correct as if I'm wrong. Sunderland due to take off. I'm not sure who that is. You what? Cambridgeshire.
Cambridgeshire. It's not in Peterborough. It's not in Cambridge. But yeah, that's all right. Carry on. Carry on, young Jack.
I was about 50% of the way there, so I'm sure you can let us off.
You should have known that, Jack. You're about the same height to be from the Shire as well.
You what?
It's a Lord of the Rings reference because you're short.
I don't know about stuff like that. So take off for Grant Ledbetter as the players quickly take the knee. Well, everyone but Johnson, Clark, Harris, that is, and Jordan Jones, I think, as well, didn't. But Sunderland are due to kick off. Grant Ledbetter stood over the ball for Sunderland, ready to get us going. The referee blows his whistle, and we're off. Grant Ledbetter knocks it back to Luke O'Nien at left centre back. A left-footed swing forward up the field, looking for Charlie White, who takes it down with his left foot, intervened well there. Nathan Thompson tries to get it clear, but Carl Winchester quickly wins a throw-in 15 seconds into the game. Peterborough throwing out on their right-hand side. Nathan Thompson, ex-Portsmouth right-back, if memory serves correctly, takes his throw-in, puts it up the line. Callum McFadden wins the header. McGeady, free-headed down towards Carl Winchester on the halfway line, who swings it forward his right foot, comes straight back out of store. Winchester wins another free-header up towards Ross Stewart. Stewart couldn't quite take it down. Jones wins a header, but it goes straight into their number 14. I think that's Jack Tier in the middle, over now towards Butler at left-back, who's getting closed down by Ross Stewart. Butler, left-footed ball into the centre of the field. Johnson Clark Harris missed it. McFadden picks it up, skips past his man. The referee gives a free kick just over the halfway line. Phil, what's happening on the live chat?
Nothing, actually. Yeah, Jack, everybody's concentrating on the game at the moment. Just got to say hello to Hugo from Portugal. There you go.
Hello to Hugo. Thank you for tuning in all the way from Portugal. Sunderland have a free kick just over the halfway line. If you are joining us, it is currently Peterborough 0, Sunderland 0. A minute and 14 seconds have gone. Sunderland have a free kick about 10 yards inside Peterborough's half towards the left-hand side. Grant Ledbetter stands over it, returning to the starting 11 today. Swings it towards the box. He's got a few red and white shirts to aim for. Comes straight back out of store. Number 15 takes it down for Peterborough. Dion Sanderson, McGeady and White are all challenging. The ball goes up the line. He manages to get free. Callum McFadden will retrieve the ball and knock it back to Dino's favourite player, Lee Burge. Burge, right-footed pass forward up the line. Jordan Jones tries to flick it over Butler, who outwits him potentially there. Max Power takes it down well. Playing it right back again today with the captain's armband. Sharp little turn back to Dion Sanderson into Carl Winchester in centre midfield. Back in the starting 11 today. I'm glad to see that. Back to Lee Burge in his box. Not much pressure from the posh onto our goalkeeper as he takes his time. Left-footed swing forward towards the left-hand side where Charlie White flicks it down to Aidan McGeady, who's got Nathan Thompson up against him. McGeady tries to beat the fullback. He tried to get ahead of him, but the ball has kind of got lost on his feet. And just on this pitch, it is absolutely abysmal. Like a very poor quality grass. As Nathan Thompson, the ex-Portsmouth fullback, was in the start 11, scored a goal the day Portsmouth beat us in the AFL Trophy final. Funnily enough, goes forward. Johnson Clark Harris nods it down and comes back to Thompson, who plays it back up the line again. O'Nien takes it down quite well. Left-footed pass up the field, goes forward. Charlie White tries to win the header, couldn't quite do so. Now Callum McFadden takes it down. Now it's with Grant Ledbetter just over the halfway line. Ledbetter knocks it back to number 16, Dion Sanderson. Again, hopefully another strong performance from himself, being the natural leader he is at the back. Over to Luke O'Nien at left centre back now, who another one of his long balls with his left foot. Looking for Charlie White, who he couldn't quite take it down. Then number 23 has on the right-hand side. I think that's Butler. As Carl Winchester intervenes, comes straight back out. That's McGeady, takes it down on the left-hand side, knocks it back to Callum McFadden. Carl Winchester over on the left as well now. Knocks it back to Luke O'Nien on the halfway line. Got a few plays to aim for. Grant Ledbetter knocks it back to Dion Sanderson, just behind the centre circle, over towards Max Power at right back. Ball up the line, finds Jordan Jones, who looks to run a Butler, turns inside well. Butler left the foot in. Jones went down. I think is the referee giving that? I'm not entirely sure. It did look like a fault of myself on initial viewing, and yes, the referee has given it. CONRAD, nearly 4 minutes into the game, not a lot's happened. What are your thoughts?
No, it just seems like there's two teams just sort of just sort of feeling each other out, aren't they, at the moment on there? Just trying to just probe little bits in and stuff like that, just trying to find some gaps at the minute. Is Jack frozen?
Is he frozen?
He's got a really long neck there as well.
He has as well.
Right,
he's back.
Oh, he's back. There he is.
Yeah, not much came with the free kick. We took it short, but anyway, the ball now finds Max Power right back, who swings it towards the box. It's headed clear by Beavers, I think that is. And Peterborough take it down. Nice little... What was that?
Beavers.
Oh, well. Peterborough came at us down the right-hand side, but McFadzean was able to intervene, and it is out for a Sunderland throw-in out on the left-hand side. Peterborough 0, Sunderland 0. 4 minutes and 40 seconds have gone. Sunderland have a throw-in on the left-hand side after Nathan Thompson. There we go. The statistic I just said comes up on screen. Scored in Portsmouth 2019 EFL Trophy Final versus Sunderland. Lads, am I there?
Yeah, Tom Wallace on the chat said, he said, how long till Beavers gets a mention? So that's why we cheered when you mentioned him.
Lads, I've just frozen again. I am back. If I freeze again, I'll just log back into streaming. But anyway, Sunderland now trying to build an attack, but their number 14, I think that's Taylor, intervenes and looks to bring the ball forward. Their number 15 tries to get an attack going. Sanderson's there, though. I think that's Beavers wins it again. Philly?
Way. Oh, sorry, Beavers again. Yeah, what we're saying, Tom Wallace said, how long till Beavers gets a mention, which is why you got the cheer. He also says, well, lads, Sunderland to score within the first 15 minutes. Well, I hope you're right. Brian Holiday says, geography, not a Hobbit speciality. So I'm assuming that's a Lord of the Rings connection again, as is a CONRAD. Right, Gollum never looked better.
Yes, that's another one for Jack.
Right.
Okay, Pim takes their goal kick from their half, goes forward towards our right-hand side. McGeady now has the ball out on the left-hand side, looks to bring it forward. Lads, I keep cutting out, do I?
No, you're fine.
No, your audio's fine.
Right, okay. Anyway, the ball goes forward now, finds their number 23. I think that's Schmodix on the edge of the box. Shot blocked by Luke 9. Now it finds Max Power out on the right-hand side, who tries to get it clear up the line, but it only goes out for Peterborough.
Oh, now you have.
No, he's back.
Do you want us to go and see if I can sort out Conrad? Do you want to take over?
Yeah, no worries, I'll do that. So Power just sort of clears it away from our byline, out for a throw-in left-hand side. Peterborough here sort of looking to sort of build up a bit of pace in their attack on here. The throw-in about halfway inside the pitch, left-hand side. Being shepherded back by Stewart. We've pushed them back into their half. Gone all the way back to the goalkeeper on here, which is Pim, I believe their keeper is. Straight down the left-hand side again, looking for a long ball forward. Headed out by Sanderson. Bit of head tennis going on just for Michael Bowers. Power gone back to Sanderson. They're sort of closing us down very quickly, Peterborough. We've gone back to Lee Burge here, who's gone for a long ball up top here. As if dropped to anyone, it's dropped to Jordan Jones, but he's been dispossessed straight away. Right, back with Thompson, coming forward on the right-hand side of the pitch here to number 23. I don't know all the numbers. I know Thompson. Who's this? Winchester, sort of holding on to the ball just inside, in front of our penalty area. 09 with a bit of time to Ledbetter, just interchanging passes between the two of them. We don't look to be going too far forward as McFadzean tries a long ball up to Wyke. Sorry, it wasn't Wyke, it was Stewart who just missed the header, but the defenders got there first. Anyone closing this down here? Ledbetter and McFadzean have won it back, but sort of bounce free against Peterborough. It's a bit scrappy, I'll be honest. It sort of just seems to be coming between the two teams each time on there. No one's quite getting a hold of it here. Ledbetter trying a long ball forward again, just over the top. Headed clear by Peterborough. Taking it down in there. Wyke's pressurising Thompson. Thompson's gone back. Long ball forward from Peterborough. Has that gone out for a throw? No, it stayed in on the right-hand side. Luke 09 hooks it back, but he's hooked it only to a Peterborough player, edge of the penalty area, who couldn't control it, and it went straight back to Lee Burge there. Another long ball forward from Burge. Doesn't actually, I think, got caught underneath it. Didn't go very far, edge of the area. Ledbetter just holding possession there with McGeady just inside our half. We're being closed down quite quickly by the Peterborough players, who they seem to have dropped off now. It's gone back to our centre-backs here. Sanderson across to Max Power. They're putting pressure on the full-backs at this point here. Every time the full-backs get the ball, they seem to be sort of giving us a bit of a sort of pressure, I guess, at this point here. Right, we've got a highlight here of nothing. Anything going on in the chat there, Phil?
Not a lot, to be honest, but Kev's asking, is the game on Sky over here? He's tuning from us. Yes, it is on Sky. It's on Sky Sports Main Event and Sky Sports Football, I believe. So Jack is back in the game, are you?
Yes, hopefully that should be us sorted. I don't know where you're up to on my screen. Charlie White just volleyed it wide after Ross Stewart headed down.
Yes,
yeah, just literally happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the internet went bad again. Like,
it was all right then.
You're still all right. You're still all right here. You're still okay.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, go on.
I'll keep going, and but I won't be able to hear you. Unfortunately, I think I'm having a bit of a Michael issue. Yous keep cutting out.
There we
go. Right, okay.
I'll carry on at the moment then.
We've got a corner. Oh, go on, Conrad.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, it's a corner to Sunderland at this point here. It must have been just deflected from that White shot after the ball was knocked down by Stewart. Hull Northampton is still 0-0 at this point here. Ledbetter is setting up to take the corner. That linesman looks about 14 years old. Corner comes in over everyone. Stewart at the back post gets a header, but it's just gone out for a Peterborough throw on the far side now. Do you want to have another go, Jack?
Yeah, which Nathan Thompson takes. Johnson Clark-Harris wins on, and then it's another flick on by a blue shirt. Dion Sanderson will retrieve the ball at left centre back. All passes it back to Lee Burge inside his own box. Lee Burge looks shaping up a potato on his right foot, which he does. Over towards our right-hand side, looking for the head of Jordan Jones. Jones tried to take it down, but unfortunately goes out for a Peterborough throw-in out on the left-hand side. Not sure who's taking this one. Could be Butler, the left back, potentially. Yeah, I'm sorry if this keeps cutting out, but I'll do my best. It hasn't in the last minute or so, but Peterborough get the ball moving again back to one of their centre halves now. It's back to Pym in goal. Pym, right-footed ball towards their right, our left-hand side. McFadzean heads it up into the air. Winchester goes up for the battle, couldn't quite win it though. Finds Luke 19, Ledbetter, a clever touch in the middle. Take the sting out of the game just a little bit now to find Dion Sanderson. Sanderson, right-footed ball over towards Jordan Jones, who takes it down very, very well. Very good control there. Back to Max Power. Now it's into Jordan Jones. Back to Max Power. Long ball up the right, looking for the runner Ross Stewart, who we couldn't quite find, but it is out for his Sunderland throw-in, so it must have came off a blue shirt last. Max Power to take this throw-in about 20 yards away from the corner flag. Good opportunity to get a long Rory Delap style throwing into the box. Few red and white shirts getting in there now. Power lines up, long throw into the box, headed away only as far as Carl Winchester. Winchester heads it towards Grant Ledbetter, who he finds. Ledbetter takes it down well despite the pressure from the blue shirts. Now it's with Max Power on the right hand side. Power crosses it in, looking for Ross Stewart's head. Couldn't quite find it. The ball finds Aidan McGeady. Is a posh player down in the box. McGeady step over, cuts inside, hits on his right, blocked by a Peterborough player. Comes back in. Ross Stewart fired it across the face of the goal, but it was cleared by a Peterborough defender, and is now a Sunderland corner. Conrad, what are your thoughts on the opening 12 and a half minutes?
I think we seem to be growing into the game a bit more here. A couple of chances here. That was a good effort from McGeady there, actually. If it hadn't been for their centre-back, it was going just inside the post, I believe, there. So we're definitely after the sort of not nervy opening 10 minutes, but the sort of 10 minutes of the two teams just sort of working each other out. We seem to be the better team at the moment. Yeah.
Phil, what's happening on the chat?
There's Kev MX71 saying, Jack, can you turn your camera around so we can see the screen? Sorry, Kev, we're not allowed to do that. There's copyright involved in everything, so unfortunately we can't. Blackpool are 1-0 up. Apparently we've been told there. And yeah, just to sort of agree with what Conrad's saying there, I do think that we are looking the team that's sort of gonna, we're starting to create things now, and of the two teams, I just think we're starting to get into it. So, what were you thinking yourself, Jack?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, I've missed a few minutes there, just sorting me out if I can. But I think we have probably been actually the side who's been slightly stronger. Not particularly by a large margin, but we've been better than I expected us to be. In all honesty, I don't think Peterborough have quite been able to control the game as they tend to do. especially at home. That's Nathan Thompson, who's went down injured there, number 4, the right back, a bit of a League One veteran, I think. Meant to be quite a decent defender. So he's down injured. Looks to be coming off. The physio's walking alongside him. He's holding the back of his head. I think
that was a nasty fall.
It looked as if he kind of collided with Ross Stewart and then came down. But he looks to be at the side of the pitch at the very least. I don't know if the referee's going to wave him straight back on. The referee tells him to stay off his son and take this corner. Grant Lepida swings it into the box. Pym got a hand on it. Fortunately for Peterborough, I think Sunderland player could have gotten the end of it, but Johnson Clark-Harris picks the ball up on the left-hand side. Max Power tackles him though, and now it finds Luke O'Nien. O'Nien, can he put a cross in here? He looks to switch it to Jordan Jones. That was an ambitious effort for a pass. Butler is able to win the header. Number 16 takes it down. Ball hasn't quite gone out yet. A couple of players thought I had to play the whistle, lads. Aidan McGeady retrieves the ball out on the right-hand side, feeds it into Jordan Jones. And now it's with Charlie Wyke, flicks it into the runner. Jones. Butler is able to get there first. I think Wyke's little flick was an ambitious attempt there as Peterborough looked to build an attack. Johnson Clark-Harris flicks it towards the left-hand side, but Jalen Sanderson is able to retrieve the ball and knocks it back to Lee Burge. But I'm going to hand over to CONRAD for the next 15 minutes as we have approached the 15-minute mark.
Little interchange of passes. Jones nearly in. Peterborough defender has cleared that there. Looks to play a long ball forward. It's Clark-Harris with a nice little quick ball in behind Sanderson. Sanderson calmly passes it back to Burge. Burge just taking a touch here. Let's have a look. So I thought I could hear a cat, and I was like, it's definitely not mine, but I could.
Yeah, no,
yeah. It's Karen. Thompson's back on the pitch. He's won the ball back off Stewart, and Stewart has fouled him. Free kick to Peterborough, right-hand side, maybe about 40 yards out, close to the byline. So chance for a cross into the box for a header here. Anything in the comments, Phil?
Brian Holiday away, the lads from Devon. Geordie Ray just down the road in Spalding, annoyed. He's only 20 minutes up the road. Big push against the lads. And we're back in play. I don't know if you are yet, Conrad.
Not yet. You're a little ahead of me, so use are the spoiler warnings in this game for everyone on here. Just to say, Hull and Northampton are still 0-0 in their game. 17 minutes gone there. So we have the free kick ready to be taken. It's probably already been taken on yours here. Free kick comes in, pinging around a bit there, and it looks to have broke to Ledbetter just inside the area. Just calmly, long ball to the far side. Is that going to reach Jones? No, defender got there first. 16 on the left-hand side now. Power trying to shepherd him back. Pushed him back to the halfway line. Winchester, very sort of energetic challenge there, has given away a free kick just inside the box. He did arrive a bit late there. What are your thoughts so far, Jack?
Yeah, I mean, largely seen Peter were just starting to get a foothold in the game, but it's a tough, scrappy, competitive game. It seems a few late challenges going in here and there. Both sides going at it though.
Definitely. Ball back in play, still sticking around the left-hand side. Bit of head tennis, as Bowers would say.
Hey!
Ball back on the deck here. Sunderland have won the ball back there. Jones was fouled just crossing the halfway line there. That was surely a late challenge there. Peterborough players are not happy because I think they thought Ledbetter fouled someone just a few moments ago there, but the referee let that one go. Surrounded by the ref. Just to say, this is the same referee as when we played there last season and we lost 3-0. The man who sent off Charlie Wyke and Luke O'Nien. I'm not saying that was a bad referee. We were already 3-0 down, but it is the same man. Max Powers. Go on.
In Jack's eyes, there is no bad referee. It's all in the referees union. Isn't that right, Jack? Well, maybe not then. There you go.
He's staying silent on this one. He doesn't want to sort of put himself out there. We're still waiting to take this free kick at the moment. Number 14 for Peterborough, Reid, has been yellow carded. Sorry, Phil, go on.
Right, okay. Yeah, the lads finding their place on the pitch. Good to see them not overwhelmed by Peterborough. Has some Lucifer. I'm back in play. I don't know if you're back in play yet, Conrad.
Just about.
Out there. I don't know if you asked us about something I didn't get back to you.
Yeah, it was just about referees. That's all.
Yeah, your referees union, but never mind. Looks to have gone out for a goal kick to Peterborough from that ball forward. Just came off Sanderson, so the ball's back out of play again. Jack, we're talking about your referees union because I was saying this is the same ref as when we were there last time and it was 3-0. It wasn't that. The ref didn't really have that bad a game. We were 3-0 down by the time we were doing the sendings off anyway.
Yeah, well, I've seen some people going on about how he was the one who sent 2 of our players off and we lost 3-0, but people seem to forget that we were actually 3-0 down with not long to go in the game. And I think we only really ever had one chance that entire game. It was when McNulty put it over the bar. So to blame the referee for that, you've got to look at your own team, really. Whatever you want to say about the red cards, the game was already lost at that point and we weren't even in it.
Definitely. McGeady just inside the half, back to Ledbetter, middle of the pitch, getting closed down. Well held onto the ball there. Little interchange with Winchester, just inside our own half here. These two defensive midfielders are doing well at retaining possession there. He's tried a speculative long ball forward. The defender let it bounce, and Stewart has tried to rob it off him. Speculative. I thought I was going to stumble over that word as the defender has hoofed it clear. So it's about the halfway line again, left-hand side. McFadzean's got the throw. We're on 19 minutes gone. McFadzean chips the ball forward. Charlie White takes it down on his knee, just held on to the ball. Back to McGeady. McGeady facing up 2 men. Little turn there. Was it a McGeady spin, kind of? Winchester and Ledbetter interchanging passes again across our midfield. We've gone all the way back to the centre-backs here. Power as long ball back to Burge. So we were on the left-hand side of their penalty area and we worked it all the way back to Burge. We are keen to win on these possession stats. McFadzean again trying the long ball forward. Wyke heads it down this time and it's taken by Thompson. Wyke has stayed down on the floor there. I don't know if anything is wrong with him there. Peterborough look to be coming forward. Some loose passes from Peterborough there have allowed us to try and win the ball back here. Max Powers knocked it down and it's gone out of play for a throw on the left-hand side. Is Charlie Wyke up? I haven't seen them focusing on Darren Ferguson at this point here.
Still just very quickly, a stat came up there, Conrad, 62% possession for Sunderland at the moment, which is pretty decent.
I was expecting to be the other way around, in all honesty. I mean, it's all about what you do with the possession, but I thought Peter would have looked to suffocate us in the first kind of 30 minutes.
Definitely. Just to say, another stats have come up. Lee Johnson in all competitions, 64% win percentage for as Sunderland manager. Have we ever seen the like in recent times? Ball back in play. Stewart is just sort of getting dispossessed of the ball. Peterborough have hoofed it back to their keeper. Charlie Wyke is chasing it down here. Long ball forward. Clark Harris seems to have won the header. Power all the way back to Burge there. So it's settling down into a bit of a game of head tennis, as Bowers would say.
Yay!
I'd just like to say it now just for that. Ledbetter to 09. We seem to just be sort of slowly passing it around our defence, looking for the gaps on here. Long ball forward from Ledbetter to Jones. The left back seems to cut it out. Power has won the header back, though. The left back's down, so Jordan Jones has gone past him, skips to the edge of the penalty area. Left-footed shot, hits the back of Stewart. It was going to drop to him, but the defenders got there first, and it's out for a Sunderland corner. Thoughts, Jack?
Yeah, I mean, 62% possession. I thought it would have been the other way around. I thought we would have been the team that's sitting back a little bit more, but Peterborough haven't really been able to take the game. Russ, they are starting to grow into it slightly, but it's a very scrappy, tight affair. We're back in play on my screen anyway.
I haven't seen that. I'm like 20 seconds behind you at this point. So Jordan Jones is about to take a corner on my screen on here. Still 0-0 for Hull and Northampton as Jones swings the ball in low. It was cleared out by the Peterborough player, comes to, I think that's Winchester, who just shields the ball. McFadzean to McGeady. So we're just inside our own half. McGeady tries a long ball forward, looking for Stewart. It doesn't quite reach him. Sunderland win the ball back from the clearance. That's 09, edge of the half, I should say. McFadzean forward. Thompson seems to be trying to clear it and has just put it out for a play for a throw-in. Anything in the chat, Phil?
Adam Blake says, love the channel. It's his missus' birthday today, but he's got a slight earphone in listening to us. So thanks to you for that. We've got a few Peterborough fans in here as well. Dennis Selway says, come on, Borough. And also Rakan says, come on, Peter, which I'm assuming is Borough as well. Hello from Germany as well. Bruno von, German name, whatever that is. So back to you, Conrad.
Well, as soon as you've finished talking, we're back out of play for a goal kick to Peterborough at this point on here. So, any others while we're there? For
DJ Earth says hello from Warwick Bridge, Carlisle, Cumbria, and Blackpool 2-1 at the moment. I've not checked that, so not sure. Keisha says it's Crewe winning 2-0 at MK Dons as well. Are we back in play with you yet? Conrad?
Yeah, just about that. I see there's one comment from Lee saying that Jones' shot was going into the top corner before it was blocked by Stewart. It did look that way on the replay. Ledbetter has tackled Peterborough in the middle. Knocked down from Wyke, hooked clear by Peterborough. Head tennis here.
Hey!
Michael Bowers is with us in spirit.
Yeah. It just seems to be getting very scrappy in the middle. No one's quite getting hold of the ball on here. Jones has won it back, and Winchester sort of combination there. Power now free on the right-hand side here, trying to ball forward, dispossessed, and it looks to have gone out for a Sunderland throw on the right-hand side. Power just looking for his options from this throw in here. Shouting at people to get the effing tunes on, I hope.
Yes.
Hey.
I said effing.
No. How about we censor it and say blast the music? There we go.
Blast the music then, yeah.
Yes.
Back to 09, just inside our own half here. Back to Power on the right-hand side next to the dugouts, looking for a long ball forward again. Stewart hasn't won that header. It's gone over him there. We've tried a lot of balls forward to Stewart to try and win headers, but they're not sort of hitting him every time at the moment here for the knockdowns. 09 and Burge just sort of slowly trying to take this thing out of this Peterborough attack with some passing. 09 looking for options. He's getting penned in the corner as he plays a good ball to McFadzean coming down the left-hand side. There's Wyke. Lynn's changed to McGeady, just slowly holding on the ball across to Max Power, crossing the halfway line now, forward to Jordan Jones. Jones inside to Ledbetter, back to Power, back to Sanderson. I miss saying back to Bailey Wright, guys. That used to be my thing, but he's not even playing at the moment. 09 on the ball now. McGeady just inside, just turn. He's dispossessed. Clark Harris has got the ball. He's running at Luke 09. 09, great tackle there. Great double tackle, actually, there when it pinged back off of him there. Stewart has come back trying and help out in the midfield. Same with Wyke. We look to be pushing them back. A little interchange of passes from Peterborough, and they're coming down the left-hand side now. Number 15, forward to the left mid. The left back tried a lovely little 1-2, but he stopped running and the ball's going to roll out for a goal kick. Thoughts, Phil?
On the chat, just very quick, Phil S is saying, do we have a stream for the game? It is available. If you haven't got Sky, it is available on the Now TV app. If you want to do that, you can purchase it. I think it's $9.99 to do that. Don't forget, there's 269 people watching at the moment, 137 likes. We like to get up to 250 on these games. So just hit the thumbs up if you could. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It's absolutely free and it doesn't cost a penny.
So Hull and Northampton are still 0-0 at this point here. I know in the chat we're getting all the other scores updated as well, but no goals in Hull's one. It seems to have broken for Peterborough, left back position. We sort of Power's given away a free kick there. I'm just saying they've got a big flag of someone on the stand. It doesn't half every time out the corner of my eye look like Jeff Stelling. I know it's not, but like when you actually look at it, like there on my screen there, sort of the left-hand side there, penalty area. Peterborough sort of playing the ball around here. Over to Thompson on the right-hand side. Winchester is chasing him down. Infield to, I think that was Reed. He's done a cross-field ball straight to Max Power. Power to Sanderson, taking the sting out of the attack. Jordan Jones and Ledbetter just sort of passing it around, getting a bit of space here. Winchester down to McFadzean. McFadzean with a loose ball there as we've lost possession. Clark Harris took it off him. Forward there. Clark Harris again. Shot from distance, saved by Burge. Bounced in front of him, so it was a good save. Is that the first shot Peterborough have had on target so far?
Possibly. I mean, I think we've got hold of the game. I'm quite comfortable watching us at the moment. Phil S again says, surely there's a stream online. Yeah, the Now TV app does stream it online for you, but you need to purchase it, as we've said, and that's how you can watch the game. Back to your arm in play here, Conrad. I don't know if you are yet.
Yeah, we've got. I've got Thompson about to take a throw in, but I think it's actually been given Sunderland's way. This throw in on here, so he's just given the ball back to McGeady. Quick throw into McFadzean, left hand side of the Peterborough half. McFadzean running infield, turns back to McGeady, down the line to Charlie Wyke, taking on number 6, which I think is Beavers. I'm not sure. McGeady taking on Thompson. Ref throw, that's a foul. Nope, just looked to be a bit of collision of feet, and it seems to have rolled out a play for a goal kick there. McGeady's like me, thought that was a free kick. Anything in the chat there, Phil?
Not a lot at the moment. Don't forget, we are looking for you just to hit the thumbs up. If you're watching on a mobile device and you've got the live chat open, just close that, hit the thumbs up. It'll take you a second to do. 281 people at the moment watching the live stream. Are you back in play, Conrad?
Yeah, I've got a throw in on the left-hand side for Peterborough. Oh, sorry, their left-hand side, I should say. Long throw in forward. Clark Harris has won the header. It seems to be coming for Ledbetter, who's conceded a foul, bit of a push in the back there. So free kick right on the halfway line for Sunderland here. Winchester now on the ball, playing it forward to McGeady. Back to Ledbetter, just looking for his options here. Power again, right-hand side, right next to the technical areas, just forward to Jordan Jones, taking on his man. Stopped by number 3. That was a good tackle there. As number 3 is coming away with the ball, just about to cross the halfway line. He is tackled by Ledbetter as Power hoofs it forward. Stewart has won the header. Not quite got to Wyke as we've lost possession again. Peterborough sort of playing it around their defence. Stewart and Winchester very quick to try and close down. Long ball forward. Peterborough looked to be in. Burge has come out of his area and cleared it out for a throw-in. That was close there. One ball over the top.
I've just seen your flag of Jeff Stelling. I get what you're saying.
Just to say, there's been a goal in Hull versus Northampton. Hull are 1-0 up. It's just flashed up on my phone. So Hull are leading 1-0. Ball back in play. Peterborough quickly taken throw in. We seem to be trying to crowd them out from getting the cross in. He's dinked it forward. They're in here, right-hand side, the penalty area. Shot. Burge saved. And it looks to have been going out of play for a corner, I believe, there. Good save from Burge. Peterborough sort of in the ascendancy.
It went into Luke O'Nine. Luke O'Nine got across, blocked it, and it's gone out for a corner.
Watching a replay. Yes. Very good block from O'Nine there. So as it stands, I mean, I haven't seen the league table at the moment on here, but realistically, with Hull winning as well, we would like to win this game now, especially there. Right, corner is set to be taken here. Looks to be everyone back. Stewart and Wyke are both in there as well. I don't think we have any player forward at the moment here. Corner comes in, cleared by Max Power. No one out there, so Peterborough have retained possession. Cut back, edge of the area. Floated in. Sanderson heads it clear. Jordan Jones has hoofed it clear out for a Peterborough throw-in right by the technical area on the Sunderland side there. Anything in the comments? I can see there's a few Hull 1-0s.
Yeah, they've done that. Somebody's got it on in the background and said, got the whole game on in the background, saying that they are edging it, but nothing special. And then they went and scored to go 1-up. Perth, Australia, watching. Welcome to you, lads. Steve M73 says Stewart not in the game. Are you back in play yet? I am. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it seems it's another throw in on the right hand side for Peterborough. That was far. It was just showing a replay of that chance that was blocked by O'Nien. Definitely hit his stomach to block it there, but it was far too easy. Just one ball in and they were through. Again, we've just come back to play. Number 15 right inside the box. Cross to the back post, headed out by Power. Jones got to be quicker to get to those. Well in, Ledbetter. He seems to have got the ball clear. Back to the Peterborough players, though. Stewart forcing him back. Stewart has won the ball back. Charlie Wyke and Stewart charging forward now. Wyke over to Stewart. There was a bit of a bad pass there, and we've lost possession there. Their left back, number 3. Long ball forward. Anyone going to get that? Sanderson. Bit of a semi.
A semi. Oh, he's frozen. And then there was one. All right. Right, well, on my stream then, we're down to 1. Wyke on the ball on the right-hand side. Gives it out to Jordan Jones. He's coming. He's just outside their area. He's into the box. Jordan Jones on the left. Cross in and saved by the Peterborough goalkeeper. So it's 0-0. 32 minutes gone. Sunderland doing all right. They're in control, I think. It's not too bad. Peterborough now on the ball, heading towards our penalty area down their right-hand side. Their number 4 crosses it into the middle, and it's gone all the way across to Max Power, who just puts it forward to Grant Ledbetter, to Jordan Jones, and he's been brought down, and a free kick given to Sunderland. In the chat, just very quickly, McFadden needs pulling off by his hair, apparently. White needs to start doing things again. Kev is saying, are we on dial-up over there? We're not, but here we go. We have back
Hello.
Jack
Is Conrad on
with
as
us
well?
now. Conrad's gone as well. You left me all on my own for a sec.
Well, I'm back now. I've changed a few
Take the
things.
commentary.
Yeah, so Ledbetter's got the ball now. Right-footed pass looking towards Ross Stewart inside the box. Stewart is just about able to take it down and couldn't quite get the ball. It's cleared away by a Peterborough defender, only as far as Max Power at right back. Over to Dion Sanderson. Now it's with Grant Ledbetter inside the centre circle. Ledbetter forward to Aidan McGeady. McGeady looks for the left-footed lofted pass over the top. It's headed away. Peterborough trying to come through the middle now. Winchester intervenes, finds Ross Stewart, goes out wider. Jordan Jones just ahead of the touchline. Jones running towards Butler, knocks it back to Grant Ledbetter, who dinks it towards the back post, but no one is able to meet the ball. It comes out now towards the right-hand side. McGeady goes to challenge it. The ball goes out for throw-in. I believe it's Sunderland won by the reaction of the Peterborough defender. Apologies about the technical issues. I do seem to be a lot better since I went, though. Change a few things around. Hopefully that's me. Hopefully Conrad's back in just a moment as well. But Callum McFadzean looks to be taking the throw-in. Does. To McGeady, back to Callum McFadzean. Nice little 1-2 headed away as Ross Stewart went up with the header. And the referee believes that Ross Stewart has pushed the Peterborough defender in the back and gives a free kick. Phil, what's happening in the live chat?
Chris Prince says, "We Philly, you look nervous. I know how you feel." Also, Tom Wallace says DJ, because DJ said that all are going to end up champions. So Tom Wallace says, "Don't be silly. We're going to beat them both." Blackpool have got another one apparently, though we haven't checked that as yet. Back in play.
Yeah, Pim takes the free kick inside the box now, looking towards Johnson Clark-Harris. It's Ledbetter who is able to get there first, and Peterborough take the ball down as we are now again joined by Conrad Lee. The trio's back together as Peterborough have the ball out on the right-hand side. Then number 23 cutting inside back to Taylor. Taylor back to, I think that's Beavers, over to Butler, left back now. As every time you get the ball, are we going to go away? As Butler puts it up the line, Dion Sanderson heads it out for a Peterborough throw-in out on the left-hand side, which I'm sure Butler will take yet again. Butler now in the blue of Peterborough over the left on the left-hand side. Plays a nice little 1-2, gets it back. Peterborough looking to build and attack, some sharp passes there, going on the left-hand side. Butler has it again. He finds that number 16, left-footed cross towards the box, looking towards Johnson Clark-Harris, who chests it down in the path of Schmodix, but McFadzean is able to clear out his left foot. Now it finds Nathan Thompson at right back again. Thompson coming inside, but isn't able to get the ball again. Peterborough just playing some nice football around their defence now. Butler, left-footed pass goes forward. Clark-Harris flick on, isn't able to find anyone but Luke O'Nine, who expertly takes the ball, a bit like Cafu over there, over Sammy Schmodix there. And O'Nine has the ball back again after a few passes. Looks up the line to Charlie White, but the ball goes out for a throw in. Thompson quickly gets us back in players. Number 14, I think that's Taylor, one of their centre midfielders. Anyway, has the ball. Stewart and Wyke playing the ball between each other. Wyke goes for a little chop. Safe to say that's not really something you'd expect to see from Charlie White, as Jordan Jones gets a ball and he was cut out there, foul by the Peterborough left back or centre back. One of the two, Jordan Jones just taken down inside Peterborough's half, about 15 yards inside the half. Referee having a word with a few of the players. We won't be taking it very quickly just to get another look at that. Stewart plays over towards Jordan Jones, who's cut inside. Yeah, that's a late tackle by who is that? I don't think it's Butler, or it could be
Beavers.
It was Butler, wasn't it?
It might not have been.
I thought it was the left back.
I just wanted to say Beavers.
Oh, right. Don't we all? It was
their left back. Yeah, Butler.
A badly misjudged challenge, we shall say, coming in quite late on Jordan Jones. Speaking of Jordan Jones, with that nicely trimmed beard, he looks to be the one taking the free kick for Sunderland. I would say this is about 40 yards from goalish. Sammy Schmodix is the only man in the wall for Peterborough, it seems. We've got a few men in front of the box. Jones swings it towards the box, quite poor though, it's quite low. The ball finds Grant Ledbetter after Wyke was able to retrieve it. Now it finds Ross Stewart out on the left-hand side. Now it's with Carl Winchester. Winchester over to Max Power. Power feeds it into Ross Stewart, who finds himself out on the left-hand side, cuts into the box, does well to keep the ball. Now he finds Max Power. Stewart went down, nothing governed. Power puts the ball towards the back post. Sanderson heads it down, bobbling around a little bit. Now finds Ian McGeady out on the right-hand side of it. Peter will kind of able to get it clear. McGeady looks to put a left-foot crossing, blocks straight away. Winchester heads it down towards Wyke, whose flick is only headed away. Now finds Max Power, about 20 yards from goal. Volley cleared. Clark-Harris has it now. back into Peterborough's box where Butler is able to get it cleared. Now, McFadden headed straight back at Peterborough, though, goes out-footed. Peterborough throwing out on the left-hand side. Unfortunately, weren't able to make much. That was bobbling all over the place, wasn't it, Conrad?
Yes, I'm just watching it now. So I'm still a little behind you, but it just wouldn't quite fall for one of us to have a clear striker goal there. I did think if Ross, I always want to say Rod because Dino always calls him Rod.
Rod.
If Ross Stewart had actually acted up a bit more, we could have had a penalty there. They did catch him a little late. It would have been completely soft, but I'll take anything to get promoted.
Peterborough were building an attack there, but Dion Sanderson with a last-ditch tackle there on there. Sammy Schmodek's going out for a Peterborough throw, and Schmodek is holding his shoulder as he's down. Sanderson did very well. The Sky camera cut last second to it, really. Peterborough were building an attack down the left-hand side. Schmodek's looked as if he was trying to get the ball in the box, and Sanderson another great last-ditch tackle from our number 16 out for a Peterborough corner. I think just on that penalty, on that... on what you're saying, Conor, I think it would have been very, very soft.
It's incredibly soft, but it doesn't take away from the fact he did trip him up without the ball.
Yeah,
it's incredibly soft, but if it's a foul outside the box, it's a foul in.
In my opinion, maybe not. Anyway, the ball is swinging from Peterborough, headed away by Luke O'Neill, and Max Power trying to get it clear, but Lee Burge picks up the scraps there. Hopefully, Sunderland conducted build another attack from this as the Sky cameraman is showing us Luke O'Neill. As much as he's a very good-looking man, I would rather see what Lee Burge is doing. Lee Burge throws it to Luke O'Neill. Now it finds Aidan McGeady back towards Callum McFadden. McFadden swings up the line with his left foot. It's flicked on by their number 6. Their number 5 looks to retrieve it as Stewart's putting decent pressure on now. Winchester heads it forward. Butler is the man there, and it's knocked forward again. But only to be retrieved by Lee Burge just outside his own box. First time left-footed pass to Dion Sanderson. Now to Max Power at right back, wearing the captain's armband again. Hopefully he'll be blasting the music on the way back into Dion Sanderson. Now it finds Luke O'Neill over towards Callum McFadden. McFadden plays it. Looking again, we seem to be doing a lot of these like balls up towards Stewart, but he's not really winning any of them, or at the very least they aren't going towards him. And Peterborough to be building an attack now down the left-hand side. Sanderson comes over trying to block across. Luke O'Neill put his foot out there to try and clear the cross and put it goalwards. Burge was able to get down and save that quite well. Taylor is able to retrieve the ball out on the right-hand side. Goes centrally. O'Neill making up that error there with the block. As the Peterborough player dives towards...
oh, jeez, I've just seen what you mean there.
My heart was in my mouth, but the cross came across. O'Neill put a foot to try and clear it, but just set it forwards. Burge, a reaction save, really, to get down and save that. I know some people might call that a back pass or whatever, but just important to mention, it wasn't an intentional pass, therefore the referee didn't give it. As now Sunderland build an attack on the right-hand side. Power puts the cross into the box. Stewart didn't have any Peterborough players challenging him. Wasn't able to make anything of it though. As Peterborough come down the right hand side with their number 13, goes forward now into the path of Schmodek's back to Taylor, who plays it over towards the left hand side, taken down now. Peterborough on our left now, slowly building an attack, not coming at us too quickly. Knocked back. Now to, I think that's Butler at left back, pass, right-footed pass, switches it, looking for Nathan Thompson, but that pass was misjudged, we'll say, out for Sunderland throwing is the Sky cameraman showing Luke O'Neill, and I think we're going to get another glimpse of that. So Peter were building an attack down the left-hand side, the cross came in, beat Dion Sanderson, O'Neill stuck his foot out, I think he was trying to send it out for a goal kick, but Burge does very well in all fairness to get down and actually make the save, if anything. My heart was in my mouth there. I thought Peterborough given the, and then another view there of Peterborough's play diving into O'Neill. Bit of a 50-50. Anyway, we're back in play now. Dion Sanderson into Grant Ledbetter in the holding midfield role. Our number 23, making his 201st appearance for the club today. Of course, in his second spell at the club after he spent some time after he came through our academy as a youngster. Ledbetter has the ball now. Right-footed ball over, looking for Jordan Jones. Butler heads it forward. Winchester intervenes and it's out for a Peterborough throw-in out on the left-hand side again. We've seen a lot of them. Peterborough throw-ins out on the left-hand side. Sanderson, now it's with Ledbetter back to Max Power. Power looking for Luke O'Neill. That's a misjudged pass from Power. As Peterborough were nearly in there. O'Neill did well, though. I think Power, he went to pass it at O'Neill and just put it up in the air, and a difficult scenario there. Yeah, Power's pass.
Jack,
looking for
just to say, Hull have just scored again. It's 2-0 to Hull now.
Disappointing, but we just need to crack on with our job.
Definitely.
Yeah. My heart was in my mouth again there. 2 mistakes within only a few minutes of each other. But anyway, Sunderland can look to rectify that. Still 0-0, of course. Aidan McGeady looks to dink it into the box. I'm not sure what he was trying there, but none of these balls looking for Stewart are really working at the moment, in my opinion, anyway. We'll pass to one of you lads in just a moment. Peterborough still do have the ball there. Butler now. Back to, I think that's Beavers. Oh, no way.
Hey, sorry. I was getting ready with the chat when he was going to...
I was concentrating. I was watching the game.
Yeah. Anyway, Power was able to take the ball down that long ball, and Sunderland have the ball with Dion Sanderson out on the right-hand side, goes forward to Charlie White, who takes it down. Now it finds Jordan Jones out on the touchline. Power trying to make a run. Jones knocked it back to him, plays it over towards White, who chests it down out on the right-hand side, knocks it back to Jordan Jones. His flick keeps the ball. He finds Max Power. Power dinks it into the path of White, who chests it down. A little push in the back there from the Peterborough defender, but nothing given. Peterborough come up our left-hand side. Now the referee does give Sunderland a free kick for a foul by Johnson Clark-Harris on Dion Sanderson. Phil, anything happening in the live chat?
Tony Lee says, why we broke up? Why we broken up a winning commentary trio? We said Michael's at work and Dino's having a little break for a few days. So that's why, Tony Lee. Oxford 1-1 apparently now with Accrington. Blackpool are 3-1 up, and people are saying Blackpool, could be the ones to watch. They're got a bit of momentum going.
I think I think in the playoffs after a late push, but definitely not for automatics. As Grant Lippert has the ball now in the centre circle. Not much happening of that free kick about a minute ago. Max Power has the ball at right back now, swings it up the line, looking for the run of Aidan McGeady, who finds himself on the right-hand side, going up against Beavers. McGeady stuck a foot in, but it'll only go out for a Peterborough goal kick, which Pim will take. Phil, back to the chat.
Bonnie's miniature says Sunderland will be champions if we win this game. Daniel Jenks has said we need one before half-time. Yeah, the Jenks brothers. There you go. Thanks for tuning in. We need one before half-time to ease the nerves. Peterborough's come back into it sort of in the last 10 minutes. I was quite comfortable as I was doing, but they've had a couple of dangerous moves. Back to you, Jack.
Yeah, 2 minutes of added time. We are a minute into that now. 46 minutes and 5 seconds played as the goal kick got launched upfield. A bit scrappy. It now finds Johnson Clark-Harris just inside our own half. Ledbetter intervenes well, though. A bit of a double team with Winchester, win the ball back. Power slips into White, finds Ross Stewart, back to Charlie White out on the right-hand side. White, he's up against Butler. He's up against a few Butler and Beavers. He knocked it off. Beavers out for a Sunderland throw in. I think White did well just to get us something there, really. Yeah, 2 defenders on him. Jones plays it quickly to White, back to Jordan Jones. Could he look to swing across, and he plays it back to Max Power, who does so. White, Power looking inside the box, headed away. Ledbetter now finds Callum McFadzean. He's got McGeady just up ahead of him. McFadzean over to Aidan McGeady on the touchline. McGeady cutting inside. McFadzean looks to go on the overlap. McGeady feeds into Carl Winchester. Now it finds Max Power, who's come very centrally now from right back. He looks to Charlie White. Bit of a heavy touch. Gets away from him. Ledbetter takes it down. Finds Carl Winchester. It's 47 minutes have just hit. Will the referee blows half-time whistle? He does so. So the first half has ended there. Peterborough United 0. Sunderland 0. CONRAD, will go to yourself first. We've been in that game more than I expected us to be, in all fairness.
Yeah, I think we were looking sharper. The first team to sort of look sharper after a sort of initial period there. I think Peterborough slowly started to sort of creep back into it there. But, I mean, it wouldn't be a stretch to say this could go either way, really. Both teams are having chances. I do agree with what you're saying. I don't think Stewart's been in the game. I don't know if it's him or if it's we haven't actually got anything to him. A lot of these cross-field balls for knockdowns either just seem to be missing him or they're too short. I think maybe it might be time to swap him for O'Brien. I think O'Brien might give us something a bit better at this point on here and still allow us to sort of play up top with 2 because I don't want to change it into the second half and have one striker and just be isolated all again.
Yeah. Well, I think... To look at it, I think I wanted Ross Stewart to come in to the side. I've been calling for that for a little while. I think him and White up top together as a dynamic. I've been looking forward to see it work. But now we've experienced 45 minutes of it. It doesn't really seem to be working, does it, Gary?
whenever Stewart's come on and played alongside Wyke, apart from that Accrington game, the first one, I'm never sure. I've never been completely sure about it. They look too similar to me. I know Ross Stewart apparently has played out on the wing a bit for was it Ross County he came from, but he looks to me as though he prefers to be in the middle, and they do seem to get in each other's way a little bit. Having said that, there's obviously a lot of set pieces with potential, particularly with Jordan Jones getting pulled down every time he tries to make a run at them. And I suspect it's as much about what Stewart can do at set pieces for us, defending as well as attacking. I suspect that's why one of the reasons why he's in the team. But no, I'm not completely convinced. The ball doesn't seem to be sticking as much as I'd like it to off those two. And I think Stewart's probably got a little bit to learn about this league in terms of giving free kicks away and that kind of thing. So jury's out for me.
Yeah, Gary, just before I come back to you again. The Daleks back again. 290 people watching. Thank you every single person tuning in. 172 likes. If you haven't already, please do press that thumbs up button. See if we can get 200 likes by the end of the stream. If you are watching on a mobile device, I need to close your live chat as well first. If you haven't already as well, please do subscribe to the channel. We're closed in on 6,000 subscribers. It is free. It doesn't cost anything. It only takes a second to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well. If you like what it is we do this for every game. Of course, if you want to get yourself in on the live chat and leave your thoughts on the game, want to tell us where you're watching from, or just tell us who you are, or anything really, get yourself on there. Super chat is activated as well. If you would do want to donate, the channel is muchly appreciated. It goes towards the costs in terms of paying for our streaming service, the matches and the equipment and things like that. But it is absolutely free to comment on the live chat as well. But Gary, just in my opinion, I think we've been in the game a little bit more than I expected us to be. We've had a bit more of the ball, and we've saw a few more of the ball in the final third, I'll say.
I think we've controlled it. I don't know what the possession stats are now, but after about 20 minutes, it was 62% in our favour, wasn't it? If it wasn't for that daft 5 or 10 minutes just before half-time, I'd have been feeling much, much happier now. Because I did feel as though well in control, Ledbetter and Winchester picking up all the loose balls, certainly dangerous on the flanks. They look particularly nervous when Jones runs at them. I was pretty pleased, and then I've got to say that ball that came across and 09 nearly put an own goal through that. I tell you what, that's had me rocking a bit that ever since. Because until then I thought we were doing absolutely fine. Burge was quick off his line when he needed to be. It's funny because 09 is not a natural central defender for me. I know he's done really well and we're all pleased with him and he's a utility player. But there are just some times where, as much about his physicality as anything else, he's not a daft player. He's quite clever, quite astute, positionally okay, but he's not central defender. And there are certain times when I feel like him and McFadzean on the left, that's our weak spot. And there was another point at which they played the ball over the top. I think it was Schmodix who got in the end of it. And again, I'm looking at those two. I'm wondering which one's going, which one's sticking, and why we've left such a big gap there. So I was just sort of like doubting 09 a little bit, and then he did a couple of good things, and then he goes that, and then I'm panicking again. I think if we're going to get exposed, it could be in that area. But I can't deny overall, I'd be more than happy with that first half because I think we've been the better team, simple as.
Yeah, just very quickly, a massive thank you to Nike Maz, who's donated €5, I think it seems. Thank you for that donation. That'll really help out the channel. And he just left him the message in the live chat as well, saying, keep up the good work, lads. You're just brilliant. Thank you for that kind message and for the €5 donation. That should really go to help out the channel. Thank you, Mike. Gary, I just want to keep you just for a second as well. Just a question about substitutions. We've kind of touched on how maybe Stewart hasn't really worked today. Obviously, 09 looked a little bit nervy the odd time. I think overall, I'm pleased with the overall performance of the game, but something isn't quite ticking. SAFC Dave 17 has just left on the chat saying, "Bring on Hume." Out of the possible substitutions, is there anyone you'd like to bring on, or anything you'd like to change?
Do you know what? At this moment in time, I genuinely wouldn't change a thing. I think we just need to keep doing what we've been doing for the majority of the game. I've already said about set pieces. there's a good chance one of their lads is going to get sent off if Jones keeps running at them. Butler, I know, has been booked. Somebody else has been booked. That's definitely got possibilities for us. I'd like to see McGeady pushing them a bit more on the other side. I'm a big fan of McGeady, but sometimes he rushes that final ball, and I don't think he needs to, because people are setting off him because they're terrified of him. So no, I wouldn't change a thing at this moment in time. If we remain in the ascendancy and we don't convert that into a goal, then the obvious change is O'Brien for Ross. For Stewart. So that's the only change I can foresee being made at the moment. As the game goes on, then maybe Scowen, maybe Hume. We might see one of those two. I wouldn't be against seeing Diamond come on at some stage. Not at the moment, but again, if McGeady tires or he's not getting much joy, then maybe that's a possibility.
Yeah, third ball on the chat is just is Reid and Butler in the books for Posh Gary.
Right. Yeah.
That was it. I was just wanting to read out just to say, I think it was number 14, Reid, and 3, Butler, and both of them are sort of the left-hand side. So like you say, Gary, at the minute, Jones, every time you give him the ball, you run, make them challenge you. Every single time on there, just to try and get just an advantage really at this point on there. Because I mean, look what happened last time that we played them and they went a man down. We nicked a win off them at our place, so why not?
Yeah.
Sorry, the other quick one just before I go off, Jack, is if he keeps running them like that, there's also a penalty to be won.
Yeah.
Because they're very nervous again on both sides, and there's been a couple of times when just a second later we might have won something. Sorry, I jumped in there.
No, it's fine. Phil, what else is happening on the live chat?
Yeah, I'll go to that in a sec. I just wanted to say on that that attack we had where CONRAD thought we could have possibly got a penalty if Stewart had rolled about a bit more. When that went in, me personally, I thought I saw a handball in there, but I'm not sure people shouted for it. But I think we've done all right. I think we've looked comfortable. There's been a couple of little heart in the mouth moments when Peterborough have had a go at us. On the chat, Steve M73 says O'Brien would offer more than Stewart, apparently. Jimmy Stoko says service to the forwards is non-existent. Lucifer Romero Calero. Fine, whatever. 40, yeah, easy for you to say. 45 good minutes. Keep fighting. I still think. I mean, I've said 1-0, and it's I think whoever gets the goal, it's theirs. I think that's all I can see. But yeah, I'm not too. I'm fairly pleased with the first half. I've not. I thought we started quite well and kept the ball, and like I say, it's only the last 10 minutes I think where they've sort of created any threat to us. I think so. Yeah, back to you.
Just quickly, Will Allen on the chat as well. That just said Gary knows his onions and his own nines.
Hey.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to Bailey Wright coming back. I think Luke O'Nien is overall covering at centre back has done a fantastic job. But there's nothing quite like the experience and composure that comes with someone like Bailey Wright, who has played at a higher level. He's represented his country on multiple occasions. He's, I think, spent a lot of his career in the Championship being a captain for Bristol City. There's nothing quite like having a defender like that in the side. He would have been such an ideal candidate to come back in today. But we seem to be coping okay defensively. It just seems to be that last kind of touch going forward. CONRAD, yourself going forward, is there any, or even defensively, is there any changes you'd wish to make going into the second half to see if we can change anything up?
The only one I would even consider is probably O'Brien for Stewart, but I mean, maybe give him 10 minutes to say, like, look, you're not even winning us the headers up. You're not even winning us the knockdowns and stuff like that, which you're not even challenging them. Most of the time, we actually seem to be keeping the ball around their third. It's when it's been passed into feet from McGeady, Winchester, Ledbetter and Jones on there. I don't think we've won a knockdown and then kept possession, or at least not regularly, from having the two of them up top there. So I'd probably say I'd rather have O'Brien on, just because I know he is good with his feet, as well as still being quite a big sort of presence up top as well. And I always think White plays better with O'Brien playing. I think White tends to get more goals, be more involved when O'Brien does all the dirty side of the job for him.
I think it's an opinion that is starting to grow among the fan base. I've been saying it for a little while. I think Michael as well really agrees with us on this point, and obviously yourself, where O'Brien can just kind of aid White in that, but White hasn't really been in the game much to date again. I think we've controlled and dictated the game quite well. Potentially good with putting us out. We've won the midfield battle, but struggled to make any use of the possession. Just a quick word on Peterborough, though, Gary. I mean, is there anything we've picked up on? Do you think Siriki Dembele being on the bench for them, one of their better attacking players, has harmed them a little bit, and they haven't really been able to use their outlets as much?
Yeah, I mean, I'm chuffed Dembele's not been playing, because of what we saw at the Stadium of Light. To me, he's one of the best players I've seen this season. So I'm glad, whatever the reason, I'm glad that as long as they keep him off, I'm happy. That could certainly turn the game. They certainly seem more dangerous down the right. They're putting some good balls from Ward. And obviously, I think that's our weakness as well. So a little bit worried about that side. I'm not overly impressed with them, in all honesty. That ball across is probably the best thing they've done in the first half. The 109 struggled with. I still think it's all about us at the moment. It's all about us. We look the better team. We're in the ascendancy, and I just want to see us keep doing what we're doing. And there's that thing about patience, and I include keeping Stewart on. It might be a set piece. It might be a ball at the far post when he's pulling off. It just takes that minute. We're looking dangerous, and at this moment, at least another 15 minutes, I would leave it like it is, and not make any changes.
Yeah, I feel like I can see you want him in there, but just something I think that's worth mentioning is that Johnson tends to always wait a little bit before he subs. He doesn't tend to make many at half time. He tends to make a lot on the hour mark, so he might give it another 10, 15 minutes to see if anything can change. But back to yourself, Phil.
Yeah, just quickly in the chat, Mike Neamaz says, would a draw be a bad result? I think we've all said we would take a draw anyway. Also, Lucifer Romero Calero says, in Spain we have two surnames, a little bit like Keisha Cameron Jude, who's on there. And over to you then, Conrad Lee.
I just wanted to say, because I've just pulled up the league table, because someone mentioned the fact that even though, yes, I would take a draw, Hull is still winning. So as it stands at the moment, it's just come up on my stream as well. Hull are first on 76, Peterborough in second on 73, and us in third on 71. So we still maintain our 2 games in hand over Hull. So if we win both of them, we're still 1 point ahead, and we've got to play them. So it's a draw is by no means the worst, even with Hull winning at this point. Today should really be do not lose. Do not lose this game.
Yeah. I mean, that was my mindset going into it, was just get a point. But I think within the context of the game, because we've actually been the slightly more dominant side, the only thing I've really struggled to do is just create a chance and score. Gary, very quickly, because I know the teams are looking to be called back out now. But I mean, my mindset's kind of shifted to let's actually take advantage of the good first half we've had and get a win.
Yeah, I was just wondering, actually, the one thing I didn't mention is the wind. It's really hard to tell how much that's influencing things and whether we'll be better off in the second half. So that could be
trapped wind, Philly. Well done.
Is that why? I wonder why his face suddenly lit up then. It was the mention of wind, was it? I need to know. Quick question, lads, before I drop off. I presume the fact that their captain and centre half is called Beavers, I presume that's caused some amusement with you lads. Because every time it's mentioned, it raises a chuckle with me. My 15-year-old lad's shaking his head. He's ashamed of me, but
Yeah.
You've got to get the laughs where you can, haven't you?
Dad laugh. Dad jokes.
Yes, exactly. You're the
That's
king.
All right. I'm in good company.
Yeah. Anyway, Gary, thanks for joining us as always at half-time. Great analysis.
All right. How are you, lads? Second half, we're going to do it.
See you in a bit, Gary.
Cheers, Gary.
And speaking of Peter be getting us back going again for the second half. Conrad, do you want to do the first 15 minutes of commentary?
Yeah, I'm just about to start half-time, Jack, so I'll talk you through half-time on my stream here. No, the players are just coming out on here now. Seem to be clearing our subs off the pitch there. It was a bit weird. Our players all walked out with Darren Ferguson in front of them. It looked to me like he was part of our coaching staff when he walked out there.
Just
right,
very quickly, Tom Wallace says this is where Lee Johnson earns his wages.
Yeah, 100%.
So good point. Yeah, Conrad, over to you then.
So just still getting ready to take the kickoff here. We're probably already 5 minutes into second half for the use on here. Again, referee just setting us. Oh wow! See, even someone in the chat's ahead of me there. Right, kicked off on here. Long ball forward onto the right hand side. Seems to have been headed out by McFadzean. So throw into Peterborough halfway up our half on the right hand side. Don't think there was any changes to the lineups here. They're just listing through the Peterborough team at the bottom. Reminder that Butler and Reed are on a yellow card for Peterborough.
We've made 4 substitutions. Conrad seems to be quite far behind.
Jeez, mental. Jeff Stelling in the stands there. I can see on the pitch. It does look like him. I'm not being funny.
It does. I agree.
Peterborough throw-in. Not too far away from the penalty area. They look to be going for a long throw in here. All Peterborough players have run into the box, including 2 of their centre-halves. Long throw-in has come in, headed out by 09. Anyone going to win the second ball? No, it's back to Thompson. He tries to play a ball in behind McGeady, who's just calmly, between him and McFadzean, have held up the ball, but McFadzean tried to play him into a bit of trouble there. Goal kick to Sunderland. Jack, 1 minute in. How are we doing?
Oh, first minute of half time have been absolutely fantastic. Conrad have been dominating them, only seconds to go before we got a goal.
I agree. It's only a matter of time now before we score. We've cut to a lovely shot of Darren Ferguson pointing for some bizarre reason there. And there's Lee Johnson just being the beautiful man that he is. I don't think the ball's gone back into play with all these crowd shots here. There we go. Goal kick forward now. Headed clear by Peterborough. Bit of head tennis going on there.
Hey!
Thank you. Peterborough breaking down the...
It's very quick. Interesting statistic there.
Waking up.
It came up saying the fewest touches in the game. Johnson Clark-Harris being first and Charlie White being third for the fewest touches in the game. It's quite an interesting point to raise that the strikers haven't seen much of the ball.
Yeah, both defences seem to be isolating the strikers out of the game. I can't imagine... Well, Ross Stewart actually in the first half was coming back and winning a lot of tackles as well for the touches on there. Sunderland with the ball on the halfway line, back to McFadzean, just back to Dion Sanderson. Bit of time on the ball there, looking for his options. Gone long to got cut out by the Peterborough defender. Anyone going to get that? Headed back by Peterborough. Charlie White's chasing it down. Looks to be Pim's ball. Pim's got the ball there. So Peterborough keeper back with the ball. He's rolled it out. Charlie White has won the ball back, nearly won the ball back, I should say. Number 8 managed to hold on to the ball, plays it across to Thompson, a right-hand side, crossing the halfway line. Winchester is with him. Out a bit further on the right-hand side, cross into the penalty area. Sanderson with the header clear, dropping to number 15 on the volley, and he's cleared the stand. Thankfully, that could have been a fairly good chance for Peterborough there. Took 12 yards out with a free volley.
Yeah, but he's just blasted it over the bar, hasn't he, obviously?
It cleared not just the bar, it cleared the stand as well.
You're correct.
So we are getting a goal kick here. We're just watching the players sort of
just very quickly. Michael Robson was saying a massive thank you to Michael Robson, who's just donated £4.99 on the super chat. Big thank you to you for your donation. That'll really go to helping us out over on SAFC Fan TV, paying for the stuff we need. So massive thank you to you, Michael, for your donation.
Just to say, while that was happening there, it was a long ball forward from Burge. It bounced right over the centre-back, and Charlie White was through, sort of off to the right-hand side. He took an early shot first time, was going straight towards goal. Keeper has palmed it out for a Sunderland corner. So route 1, and we've won a corner from it straight away. It was actually a really good effort from Charlie White there. 5 minutes in. Actually 4 minutes in on my stream, but 5 minutes according to Flash Scores for us here. So corner is getting ready to be taken. Look to be crowded around the 6-yard area. They've broken. McGeady's got a cross in, headed clear by Thompson. It's come to Jordan Jones. He waited for the ball to come to him. It was nipped off of him there. 09 has won it back there. Lovely little ball back to McFadzean, who has hooked it forward, looking for Stewart. It's going to bounce out for a throw. No, Stewart's height is lent over the right back. He's kept the ball. Charlie White up against the byline now. Back to who's coming in the shot here. It's McFadzean. Low cross in, cleared by their number 6. Again, that's gone over Winchester there. Is that 09's going to win the ball? He does. Well kept in by McFadzean. Long ball down the line from 09. Charlie White against the byline, pushed in the back, but he stays on his feet. Again, Thompson's got his hands all over him. Across to Winchester, centre circle. or cross to Max Power in the right back position. Are we going to go back to Lee Burge? We have done here. So we start the attack again. No one closing down Burge. He's gone for a long kick forward. Over Ledbetter, headed clear by the Peterborough player. The Peterborough player's on the ball. He looks to be offside. Yep, they've stopped, thankfully, there. That could have been, I don't know how close it was there, but he carried on running, so he must have thought he was onside there. Anything in the comments, Phil?
Yeah, just very quickly, I want to give a shout out to Abin Nandan Bora, I think it is in India, saying thanks, guys. Since the game's on Sky, they can't get it on SAFC. So thanks for the commentary. So thanks for tuning in over in India. Back to you, Conrad Lee.
So who's this here? So Winchester has got the ball. He's just playing it forward. Jones with an aimless pass into the middle to nobody there. Peterborough have won the ball back. Winchester with a strong tackle. We've won the ball back. McGeady out to Stewart, closing in down the left-hand side. Surely that's a foul. Free kick to Sunderland right on the edge of the penalty area. Almost exactly on the line there, as Stewart was body checked when he took the ball past Kent. Their number 6. Is anyone going to do the joke of what did you call me?
Yes, I thought he was.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Thank you for joining in there. So Sunderland free kick here. It's good play by Stewart. He's got I want to use the Peter Crouch analogy. For a big man, he's got a good touch. So free kick is set to be taken here. Who's lining up over this here? It looks to be Ledbetter and McGeady.
Right, McGeady range.
Right. What have we got here? Sorry, just resetting the page there. I think it's McGeady who's going to have an effort at goal. Ledbetter has walked away here. What's happening? McGeady just sizing up here. They've got a wall set up and then a man further back. They've got almost like 2 walls set up, it looks like here. Referee stepping back, letting the free kick. Oh, he's still waiting. McGeady just eyeing it up. Runs up. Digs it. Oh, it hit the post on the back that holds the net up on there. For a second, I thought it had gone in. So close effort from the free kick there, but back for a goal kick to Peterborough. Jack, thoughts? Did you think it went in? It looked like it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought just a free kick. I just went wide, isn't it? It was definitely a free kick, and I said prime McGee range. Maybe if it was about another 5 yards back, it would have been. But just one of those things where you take a shot. I think he had every right to go for the shot, and it hasn't came off, unfortunately.
So back in play, left-hand side here, just gone out for a throw-in. McFadzean will be running to take this one on here. No sign of any players warming up at this moment here. We've got 52 minutes gone on my stream here. McFadzean pending. Have we won yet? McFadzean, long throw forward, looking for Stewart and White. Wyke has won the ball. Not quite. They've hooked it off of him there. Winchester lost the ball in the sun, up in the air. Looks to be Jordan Jones has just won it back there. Max Power hoofs it forward. Charlie White chasing it down here. Looks like it'll bounce out for a Peterborough throw-in on the left-hand side.
Dembele coming on for Peterborough.
Where does Dembele play? Is he a forward or is he like
Peterborough? He plays for Peterborough.
He usually plays on the left of their 3.
Where does he play for? Where does he play? Not who.
He usually plays on the left
in Peterborough.
Sorry, in a 4-2-3-1, usually on the left wing. So, but I think it's one of them where Peterborough have an interchangeable attack. I think we'll expect him to start off on the left and probably drift around using his pace.
Fair enough. Sanderson hoofed the ball forward. Looks like Sunderland have won a throw just inside the Peterborough half on the right-hand side. It was Beavers who cleared the ball out there. Power over the throw.
The list of like SFC Fan TV commentary phrases like switch launch, Michael Power style throw in, Beavers.
McGeady has lost the ball. Number 15 is breaking out, crossing the halfway line here, right-hand side. He's played a long ball down the line. That's not going to get to anyone. It's going to bounce out for a Sunderland goal kick. Anything in the chat, Phil?
My Nimaz is saying, is the chat synced? Is the chat synced with live? I think it is. I don't think you can pause the live chat. You can pause the stream and get it synced up. But I do believe the live chat just stays live.
Definitely. It's broken clear to. I was going to say Portsmouth. It's because I remember Thompson from Portsmouth, but Peterborough long ball forward from the right back position. Clark Harris has won the header. Tackle from behind from Sanderson. I think the referee's playing an advantage there. Peterborough on the left-hand side with number 16. Butler is doing the overlap for him. Long cross in, cleared by Sanderson, who's that bouncing to there. Charlie White back helping out his defence there, trying to force them back. He's pushed number 8 back. Halfway line for Peterborough. They try the attack again. Beavers coming forward, but a pass straight to Jordan Jones. Jordan Jones driving at them now there. Tries to have a go forward. Referee, he's pushed off the ball too easily there. So Peterborough come again, right-hand side now. Thompson looking for his options. It's with, I don't know what number 14 was called again, but he was on the yellow card. Beavers forward to Butler.
Hey.
Free.
Right, this is fun. Peterborough still trying to sort of work the ball around here. Switched over to right-hand side. It's been given as an offside. The Peterborough player Ward was offside in the attack there.
Very quickly, Conrad. Sariki Dembele is coming on with Brown for Burrows and Reid. Reid, one of their players who, of course, had a yellow card. But I think most importantly, Sariki Dembele coming on. That's a different dynamic for Peterborough going forward, mate.
Would we do something to counteract that, would you say, and bring on another player like that for us? Or do you reckon we'll still stay as we are?
It's one of them where you can be damned if you do, damned if you don't, because you can say, we changed it and look what happened, or we didn't change it and look what happened. So I don't know. He's going to be a threat down. He looks as if I think he'll be playing on their left-hand side. That's how it looks. Just hopefully Max Powell can just keep in his back pocket.
Definitely. Burge with the free kick launches the ball forward.
Was it switched on?
Looks to be just long ball forward. Looks to have been. Is it giving a free kick? No. The ref had his arm up, so I thought he'd given a free kick. Clark Harris trying a lovely little interchange. Peterborough looked to be getting in down the right hand side. He's sprinting past O'Nien. O'Nien's got back to him. Great tackle from O'Nien, forcing number 23 back. Is that a corner? No, it's a goal kick. Thank you to the linesman there, because I definitely thought that was going to be a corner off of O'Nien there. Peterborough player not happy. Just to say it is still 2-0 in Hull's game as well. Getting a replay of this one here. So Ward was powering forward. O'Nien got back with the tackle. It looked to be rolling out. Ward seemed to be letting it roll out. And then the 14-year-old linesman just seemed to give a Sunderland goal kick. Well, thank you very much for that. Ball back in play, and it's back out again for a throw.
Conrad.
Pardon?
He doesn't look that young.
He's pretty young, like, if you see a proper baby face on him there. He's having a bit of laugh with Lee Johnson there because he knows that was a corner, but he's given us a goal kick. Throw in to Peterborough, right back position. Again, they're showing more of the managers and the linesmen moving about than the actual game at this point here. O'Nien looks to just be taking the ball down, hooks it forward to Ross Stewart just inside our half. Bouncing around, Thompson has passed it to Beavers, out to Butler on the left-hand side. Jordan Jones is coming across to cover. They're still advancing down the left-hand side. Power has got there ahead of Dembele. Dembele has fouled Max Power, so it's a Sunderland free kick. Anything in the chat, Phil?
Yeah, just quickly, I want to say thanks to Glenn Huntley listening in the USA. Thanks for the fantastic commentary, because they can't get the match over there. Jordan Jones looking better and better over past weeks. And John Bradley says, time for O'Brien on for Stewart, he thinks. Back to you, Conrad.
Speaking of Stewart, he's just done a lovely little pass back to Winchester, just inside the centre circle. McGeady taking on Thompson. Just coming forward, through ball to Stewart. It doesn't quite get there, but Jones has won the ball back to Ledbetter. Still just inside the Peterborough half. McGeady has sort of changed over to the right-hand side now. McFadzean looks to be a bit further down the left. Jones is slowly trotting over to the left-hand side. Shot from distance, straight down the keeper's throat there from Winchester. So approaching the hour mark, still 0-0. Butler is coming forward, left-hand side for Peterborough, to their number 15. Back to Butler. He's gone long, looking for Dembele. Sanderson got there just ahead of him. Ball is still in play just around as Dembele looks to have got round Sanderson. Dembele's in the box. Sanderson back in front of him. He's got the ball, Sanderson, and he's cleared it forward. Power now onto the ball. Long ball forward, looking for Stewart. Doesn't quite get there. And it's across to Thompson in the centre circle. Running forward now. Tried an outside of the boot pass to Ward, who's just kept that in on the right-hand side. He's Megs McFadzean. He's into the penalty area. McFadzean went to ground. He stayed up. Shot from number 12, just over the bar. Peterborough with a good bit of play there. McFadzean was done far too easily there, I thought. What did you think, Jack?
Yeah, again, I think just interestingly as well, just beforehand, Sanderson, Dembele got the better of Sanderson. He did well to get back after that. But initially, Dembele just showed his quality already, getting the better of him. But notified again.
Yeah, he did. It was a missed sort of clearance from Sanderson, which put him in a bad position. But he did very well to get back in front of him and sort of win the ball back. We are back in play. It was a long ball forward. Dembele looks to be winning this one. He's kept possession. He's got power on his back. There we go. Peterborough just interchange of pass round the defence. Long ball forward. We just to be able to have nicked it off them. Is anyone going to win the ball? Ledbetter's got his first touch on the ball. Surely, come on, lads, get a hold of it. It's just pinging around now. As Clark Harris is doing the sort of defensive midfielder duty, he seems to be sort of winning possession back for them. Peterborough now left-hand side forward with Butler again through to Clark Harris. Intercepted by Ledbetter, over to Winchester in the centre of the pitch. Driving forward, no one coming near him. Over to Power, right-hand side, long crossing. That's going to be headed clear. Back to Winchester. Power now on the right-hand side. Jones right next to him. Winchester just inside infield slightly. He's gone for a long ball, looking for Stewart at the back post. It's been headed clear. Are we going to get a corner? We've got a corner out of that there. Anything in the chat, Phil?
Yes, quickly, I want to say a big thank you to SAFC TV. He donated £10 in the super chat. Thank you very much. He says, "Hi, I'm full of football whilst raising awareness and money for the CLDF charity. He's had 6 liver transplants. He's on Insta and would like to know about us coming on sometime. Got the banter. So please send us an email. You can do that, and I'm sure we can sort something out. We'll stick our email up for you down the bottom of the screen at some point. Back to you, Conrad.
SAFC Fan TV 73 at gmail.com. I know that because I had to say it about 87 times in one stream.
The corner sort of came to nothing. It was a lot of little pinball around there. There is a Sunderland player down at the moment, so I don't know if it was just he got caught by the ball from a shot there. I can't tell who it is from this sort of distance. It's not Charlie White because he stood next to him at this point here. I have a bad feeling it's Sanderson at this point here. He's still down. The cameras haven't zoomed in to see who it is there. It looks to be because of a head injury, though, but someone is down on the pitch there. We're getting a view of who that is. No, the physio's got away. It is Sanderson. I was right. Thank God for that. Sanderson looks to just be sitting up now. I don't know what happened here. We're getting a replay. It was sort of pinging around from the corner. There was a shot from Stewart and it hit Sanderson straight in the face. So that's why Sanderson went down on the pitch there. It was just pinball that from the corner, wasn't it? Then it just hit Sanderson straight in the face. So hopefully he's okay to carry on at this point here. He seems to be up now. He's walking off with the physio just to get a bit of drink on the touchline here.
Interestingly, Conrad Lee Butler, who was the other player on the yellow card, has been taken off now for number 24. I didn't miss his name, so that's both of their yellow carded players taken off.
No problem there. Anyway, I've done my 60 minutes now, Jack. It was Niall Mason who came on, but back over to you.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly read out one of the comments. DJ saying, I will donate. I just need lockdown to bugger off so I can make money in my taxi. Look, that's completely fine if anyone's struggling with money. You know, we're not asking for any money. The super chat's only there if you want to donate. It's greatly appreciated. But if you can't afford it, it's absolutely no problem. As Peterborough on the attack, coming down the right-hand side, Tommy Schmodix is in. Just wide. Heart was in my mouth there again, Conrad.
Well, I haven't seen it yet. So, look, Peterborough look to be in. Oh, it's just wide. Good effort, actually. Just nipped in there ahead of Burge. He's claiming a corner, but I don't think it's been given as a corner. It looks like he just put the ball wide.
Ward on the right-hand side, fed it into Sammy Schmodix. Burge came out well. But honestly, I thought that could have been the moment to decide the game. I think this game could very well have one goal in it. Neither side have had very many clear-cut chances. Anyway, the ball, we are back in play now, is Ross Stewart. It's flick on, goes to Charlie White now with Aidan McGeady on the left-hand side, cuts inside, but Thompson does well to muscle in there, and Peterborough regain the ball. Out for a sort of throw-in, out on the left-hand side, though. Grant Ledbetter did well. to win us that throw in there, which Conor McFadden will look to take. There we go. Both teams have had 6 shots, but not many have had very many clear-cut chances. So Sunderland 2 shots on target, Peterborough 1. Aidan McGeady has the ball in the centre of the park now. Lobs it over to Max Power on the right-hand side. He lobs it back into the centre, looking for the header, Ross Stewart. Ball's bounced all the way over to Grant Lebbett on the left-hand side. He took it down very well, but unfortunately the referee has blown for a free kick to Peterborough, I believe, after something Ross Stewart's done. Phil, quickly on the chat.
No, on the chat, I want to quickly say 324 people on the stream, 224 likes. Just hit the thumbs up, give us a like. We'll try and get to 300 before the end of this stream, if we could, please. Thank you, Jack.
Yeah, subscribe as well if you haven't already to the channel. The live chat is there if you want to go and drop your thoughts in. Super chat is available as well, but it is free to comment, free to chat, and we'll read out as many as we can. Anyway, Peter are back in play now with Pim on the edge of the box, who knocks it forward, looking for the header. Johnson Clark-Harris, so he finally flicks it on. Dion Sanderson's there to win it though. Charlie White using his body. But Reid is able to win it. 09 looks to nod it down to Grant Leadbetter, but Peterborough comes straight back at us now with their number 12 over towards Ward, or Schmollock, sorry, on the right-hand side. It's picked up by their number 24, who's just came on into the box now. He fits it into Ricky Dembele, who puts Peterborough United 1-0 up. A left-footed strike into the bottom corner. Celebrating now. Phil, that was disappointing, wasn't it?
To be honest, Dembele, since he's come on, has looked sharp. Like he's, that
was great.
You could see he was getting into it. Well, it's not what we wanted, but it's. I still, we're still in the game. I'd like to see Lee Johnson make some changes now. I think he's he needs to do that. Back to you, Jack.
Yeah, 66 minutes, 22 seconds on my screen gone. It's now Peterborough United 1, Sunderland 0. If we were to get anything out of this game, I definitely think we need to change something. Just to look back at that goal, Ward and McFadden were battling, then Nathan Thompson picked the ball up in the box. And to be fair, I think the right back does really well when he gets inside the box. He keeps the ball well. There's a few red and white shirts around him. Some of the Sunderland players didn't really play the whistle. They were looking for a free kick.
Yeah, Power's out of position as well. If you actually have a look there, it's a ball just in behind Power and Sanderson. Power's sort of in front of Sanderson instead of being on the side of him. But then again, McFadden playing for a free kick instead of carrying on. The 2 defenders just let Thompson run across them. It's a simple ball in. So no one did well at that moment for that. And
then
goal.
I think when Thompson has the ball, like we see, he did about the keeper, and that pass was perfect. Dembele really was completely unmarked. No one around him. You'd expect Power to pick him up, but unfortunately, Peterborough are in front. We've been back and play for a little while now. Jordan Jones has the ball in the middle, but it's won by a blue shirt. Peterborough coming at us again. Max Power intervenes. Now Carl Winchester does well to win us a free kick in the middle of the park. Luke 09 looking to take a cut, looking to get us moving again. 09 plays it short towards Sanderson. Bit of a hospital ball there. Sanderson, little chops hit away from Ward. 09 picks the ball up again. The 2 centre-halves today. Over towards Max Power. Right back knocks it back to Lee Burge. I think we need to make some changes now. Lee Burge, left-footed pass, goes up the field looking for the header. Ross Stewart couldn't quite find him. I believe it's Beavers there.
Hey!
There we go. Anyway, Sunderland retrieve the ball. 09 knocks it forward into Charlie White. Ross Stewart. Now it's with Jordan Jones out on the right-hand side up against that number 24. Came on at left-back for Lee Butler. Butler, anyway, who was on a yellow card. Lee Butler's a goalkeeping coach. I'm not sure where that came from. Sunderland have a throw-in out on the right-hand side now. Max Power to take it quite far up the pitch, looking for a Rory Delap-style throw-in, or as recently it's been named on this channel, a Michael Bowers-style throw-in, hopefully to try and get us a chance. We haven't had many chances in the second half, have we, Conrad?
No, it doesn't look like. As bad as it is to say, when Philly always goes second half, Sunderland look to have shown it. We sort of carried on in the same sort of vein as we were doing in the first 10 minutes, but we, like you say, we haven't really put any efforts in apart from Charlie White's sort of speculative one from about 20 yards out.
Being here after a bit of a mix-up with Luke 09, Johnson Clark-Harris down the left-hand side. 09 does well to get goal side once more, and that is a very unique block from Luke 09 there. The ball, kind of long ball came forward down the left-hand side. Clark-Harris was able to see more of the ball and knock it on a bit. Ran down the wing, came into the box, really. His strength just completely sent 09 out of the game, really. 09 was able to just about
What was that block?
And it just dives head first.
Yeah.
In front of Johnson Clark-Harris, and he's able to send it out for a Peterborough United corner. Unai having a little cuddle with Kent there in the box. Get a room, you two, as Peterborough look deliver this
block.
corner. Yes, he's got a unique style of defending, we'll say, Luke Unai. This corner due to be taken, it's delivered now, headed away by Grant Ledbetter, straight out for a Peterborough United throw. And Phil, that was a very unique clearance from Unai, wasn't it?
It was quickly in the chat. Paul Flanagan says McFadzean off now for O'Brien. Brian Halliday says they have beavers. We have a few buttheads at the moment, apparently.
Anyway, we're going to be making 4 substitutions now. The first of which, Lyndon Gooch coming on for Jordan Jones. Jones, again, has been one of our better players.
Looks to be, who's this? Gooch, O'Brien, Hume and McLaughlin all coming on.
So, first of all, Gooch coming on for Jordan Jones. Jones tends to be one of our main outlets. Gooch struggled with, he did get the 2 goal contributions in the last game, scoring and assisting 2 vital goals, but overall can be quite prone to giving the ball away. Conor McLaughlin coming on as well. Is that for Max Power? We don't know. Sky haven't shown us as of yet. Some would argue Power might be at fault for the last goal. I guess we can see in a moment. Aidan O'Brien as well making his way onto the field, potentially for Ross Stewart. I guess we'll wait and see. I think we've missed O'Brien a little bit today. Yes, Ross Stewart off for Aidan O'Brien. And returning to the side for the first time in a long time, it's Denver Hume. Glad to see Denver Hume back. Hopefully he's back with us for the rest of the season. Now, Callum McFadzean making way for him. Just need to wait and see who Conor McLaughlin's came on for them. Max Power still on the pitch, I believe. Yes. Callum McFadzean off for Denver Hume. Who's Conor McLaughlin came on for them? Well, they haven't showed us yet. Anyway, Max Power maybe went into midfield. Maybe it's Ledbetter who's came off. I can't say Ledbetter at the moment.
We didn't take anyone off. We're just going to play with 12 men, see if they notice.
There you go. We probably still wouldn't get a goal back. But
I think Power's moved forward. So, yeah, it's got to have been Ledbetter or Winchester. Well, Winchester, it's got to be Ledbetter because McLaughlin's slotted in at right back and Power's in the middle now.
Yeah, we can get on to what we think of those substitutions in a moment. But Peterborough, in the meantime, are coming at us again. The shot is well over the bar. Conrad, your thoughts on those 4 substitutions?
Well, we have to go for it now, really, don't we? On there, we just want to keep that advantage that we have. I know we still have the 2 games in hand over Hull, and we have to play them again. But we can't just sort of settle back and go, it's fine if you do win. We needed to go for it, and I think we said already that Stewart wasn't really in this game. Jones, I was a bit sort of. I don't know why he's come off, but again, second half, I haven't seen him at all. In how long have we been playing now? 25 minutes. Haven't seen him once do anything, so I think that makes sense there. Gooch, as much as he doesn't play very well, he still pops up with important goals, a bit like on Friday and at Wembley, he still popped up with a goal.
Look, we're building an attack here. Just very quickly, Conrad Hume was able to get us moving. Charlie White picks the ball on the left-hand side. Now it finds Aidan McGeady. McGeady looks to drill it over towards the right-hand side, looking for Lyndon Gooch, we couldn't quite find. But back to yourself, Conrad.
No, that was pretty much it. I'm glad to see Hume back. I do think, as McFadzean, you're probably going to be a bit like we've let in a goal and he's whipped on the left back who's only just come back already. I mean, what does that sort of tell you about how well he thinks of him? Again, this is just it. We just have to go for it now. I mean, who else is even left on the bench apart from Matthews and Diamond? And who else? I don't know. No, McLaughlin's on.
Did McLaughlin come on? I missed that one then.
Oh, Scowen. It's Scowen.
Scowen's there.
The 3 remaining substitutions, Remy Matthews, Josh Scowen and Jack Diamond. As we are back in play now, 09, it is able to win the ball, sends it forward. Aidan McGeady picks it up on the left-hand side, in the middle of the park, I should say. And McGeady slips it over towards the path of Lyndon Gooch, but the pass just was nowhere near Gooch, really. And Peterborough look to build an attack. Winchester intervenes in the middle of the park, trying to build an attack now, knocks it back to Max Power, who, despite having not looking to be at right back, still finds himself out on the right-hand side, knocks it forward to Conor McLaughlin, who looks to be at right back. Lyndon Gooch has it now. Gooch looking to cut inside now. He goes back onto his right foot. Dembele intervenes well, getting back and doing his defensive duties after scoring the opening goal. Strong tackle by Luke Unai prevents a Peterborough attack. Goes out for a blue throw-in out on the left-hand side. Just on those substitutions, for me, nice to see O'Brien come on. Ross Stewart hasn't really been in the game. Gooch, as much as he has been poor as of late, does tend to come up with important goals and will provide you with a lot of energy and legs in the final third at the very least. Conor McLaughlin maybe just maybe actually give us the license to go forward, because he's a fullback who maybe is a bit more defensively assured than Power, can maybe allow the other lads to go forward a little bit. And the final substitution then became coming off of Conor McFadden. In my opinion, the word I would just use is that's just an improvement. It's just straight to up as an improvement. And as Peterborough were nearly in there, Clark Harris flicked it on, but Burge came out and cleared it well. Header won by Taylor in the middle of the park. Thompson now takes it down, knocks it forward to there. Number 12, who looks to build an attack for Peterborough. Then number 15, Ward looks to be in, which he is. Ward has the ball. Good save by Lee Burge. Sanderson retrieves the ball, not given offside. I think Sanderson and a few other players were claiming for it. As White looks to flick it on to Aidan O'Brien, who he couldn't quite find. Number 12 has the ball for Peterborough on the right-hand side. The Posh looking to build an attack now. Nathan Thompson over towards their number 12. Flicked on again, but only for a Sunderland throw in out on the left-hand side. Phil, we haven't went to you on the substitutions yet. What are you thinking?
Good. Karen Monk says Oxford 1, Accrington 2. John Bradley says, Jesus, guys, the pessimism with one goal, just get a grip. So he thinks it's not too bad that we're one down. Yeah, decent substitutions, I think. We're back in play and we're...
Lyndon Gooch looking to build an attack down the right-hand side, but that's well intervened by the Poshers. Left back there, number 24, who came on in place for Butler. Conor McLaughlin now finds Max Power on the right-hand side from the throw-in. Power coming infield, knocks it back to Dion Sanders on the halfway line. Now it's with Luke O'Nine trying to take the ball up the pitch, as he tends to do quite well, but he's been forced to go back to Lee Burge. Now it is with Luke O'Nine, who in the right centre-back position at the moment. Now he finds Max Power in the middle of the park, looking for Aidan McGeady. Dembele intercepting McGeady, still manages to find the ball, knocks it over towards Max Power just on the right-hand side. Power forward to Lyndon Gooch, up against their number 24 at left-back. Gooch loses the ball, and the ball's now cleared by Peterborough up the line. Conor McLaughlin trying to win the header. Nothing's happened. Referee's given advantage to Peterborough. Dembele bringing the ball in field as Carl Winchester gives a free kick away in the middle of the park. Conrad, I think we're going to go back to yourself now for the final 15 minutes or so of commentary. Yeah, what do we need to do, Conrad, to get ourselves back in this game and get a goal?
Score.
This is always Mr. Conrad Lee.
It doesn't matter at this point on here. It's not a case of just if we do this, we do that. We just need to score, just to sort of keep it in our hands, and just sort of stop Peterborough. I know it's not over if of course we don't today on there, but I just think second half we haven't played well at all by the looks of any of it on there. No creativity either.
Just quickly, Jimmy Stokos said shambolic this today. I think it's been a better performance. I hope it's not going to be one of those where we have a better performance and lose the game, whereas in recent weeks it's been a poor performance.
We haven't really created much.
I think we've looked better than we have for the last few weeks where we've been and still been winning. But anyway, it's not over yet. I'm back in play. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm on the free kick now. So it's a long ball forward from number 24, headed out by O'Nine. I think Clark Harris might have just got that there. We just seem to have lost our little touches of the ball as well. We were keeping it quite well in the defensive midfield position. And every time now the second ball seems to be going back to Peterborough. Gooch forward across the halfway line, looking for McGeady, driving forward. No, sorry, it's Power. It's not McGeady. Forward, now it's McGeady on the right-hand side. McLaughlin on the overlap. The players have left in McGeady, left-footed cross, just over Charlie White. Anyone going to win the header? Shot from Winchester over the bar. It was a very high ball. He couldn't quite get his leg over, shall we say. Anything on the chat, Phil?
Yeah, bits and bobs coming in. Brian Halliday says we're lacking a bit of creativity. Josh Bell says we're not creating anything. It's still, I still think we're seeing enough for the ball though, and we just need to, like I say, I suppose that we need that final killer ball. To get it up there and in the box and test their keeper a bit more, really.
Definitely. Ball forward from O'Brien. That's too far for Charlie White. Sorry, Phil. Go on.
No. Philip Brown says it's going on for Winchester. I don't know.
Not on my screen yet, maybe. But, I mean, a bit of energy from Scowen, like everyone calls him the rat that always runs about. So he might sort of just give us something in the final sort of 10, 15 minutes that we've got remaining there. Free kick to Sunderland inside their own half. It was a foul on Sanderson. You were saying that Scowen's coming on now for Winchester, did you say?
Yes.
Right. Oh, yeah, there we are. Winchester's just running off now. So all the subs are done. Final row of the dice. We've got about 15 minutes plus injury, 15 minutes including injury time left, I'd imagine. So, Burge, long ball forward. Anyone going to win the header? That note straight to Peterborough. 09 now, head tennis in forward. Again, head tennis back. Head tennis again. Head tennis. I'm just going to keep saying. Sanderson has got the ball back to Lee Burge as he stands in Clark Harris's way, so he can't get through. Burge with the long ball forward again. McGeady on the ball now, just crossing the halfway line. He's been pushed back by their number 12. Max Power on the ball. A strange pass forward has just gone straight to their left back there. As Scowen has won the ball back, free kick on the edge of the area. Yep, Sunderland free kick at the moment, right on the edge of the penalty area there. I don't know who's going to take this here.
Could be McGeady, couldn't it?
Could be McGeady. Oh, well, I'm not going to say anything.
I think a little bit too late there, Conrad.
Yeah, sorry, people in the chat seem to be putting some stuff in. Apologies there. We do say try not to put goals in.
I can imagine what it is.
But I mean, if you believe the chat at the moment, we haven't seen it yet. But it is 1-1. Sunderland have equalised with 10 minutes to go. Was it McGeady? Have you seen it?
It was McGeady.
Yeah,
McGeady's direct.
Stepped up about 20 yards out. Lovely little ding over the wall at the back of the net in typical Aidan McGeady fashion. Peterborough.
I'm seeing it now.
Sunderland won.
Get in, lads. 1-1.
Beautiful.
Please don't put it in the chat beforehand. You spoiled it for all of us there. But I don't care. It's 1-1. We're back in the game.
So did you, Conrad.
The Peterborough goalkeeper seems to be down at this point. He's holding his shoulder from that free kick. So I don't know if the Peterborough goalie has injured himself in failing to stop McGeady's amazing free kick. Let's have a look here. He landed right on his shoulder there. Their keeper could be out at the moment here. So 1-1 with 10 minutes to go. Beautiful goal from. It wasn't actually even in the corner. It sort of.
No.
It was quite close. I mean, the keeper still didn't quite make it across his goal, but it wasn't in the corner or anywhere sort of really difficult. But hey ho, that's all that matters. Right, 81 minutes gone. 1-1. Aidan McGeady with 2 goals in 2 games. It's just come up here as the players seem to be telling him to. I think this must be with Burge just to sort of keep calm at the moment on here. We don't need to sort of throw this away now that we've got it back there. Long ball forward from Burge. No one challenged the Peterborough player to win the header. Anyone going to challenge Clark Harris? 09's taken the ball off him. Hume with the long ball forward down the line. Wyke has let the centre-back just get it off of him there. O'Brien has blocked it out for a Peterborough throw. Jack, what are your thoughts? 10 minutes to go.
Do you know what it is? I'm just absolutely relieved that we've got a goal because I couldn't actually see us scoring. I know there's a lot of people in the comments saying don't be so negative and whatever, but I couldn't really see us getting a goal unless it was to be something through like a free kick. So I'm relieved that we've actually got this equaliser. I would say now don't do anything daft in the remaining what will probably be around 10 to 15 minutes left of the game when you consider stoppage time. Just get a point out of this game. I think I'll be more than happy with a point going into the leave ourselves with 8 games left to pick up enough wins to get ourselves in the top 2. Don't give any points to Peterborough. Don't give any more points to them. Simple as that.
Yeah, so just stop Peterborough from gaining the advantage over you at the moment on there, and you sort of reassess for next game. Pym is down again. He got the ball back there. Their keeper must have really done his shoulder in when he landed on the floor from that free kick there. They showed a slow-mo replay of the free kick. Again, it really wasn't in the top corner or anywhere there. The keeper looked to sort of dive under the ball as it sort of went in. It was still a good few inches away from the top of the crossbar, so I don't want to say it's a mistake, but it wasn't the best. Play seems to be having a little drinks break at the moment.
Now I've seen it on replay. The keeper doesn't do very well. I don't want to take anything away from McGeady because it was a very well taken free kick, but it's not like right into the corners anyway. Just a very quickly, massive Mark Taylor tuning from Australia. Thank you for the $5 Australian who's just put in hashtag my bloody heart. Mark, we all of our bloody hearts, mate. But massive thank you for the five Australian dollars. It is free to chat in the live chat if you want to put a message in. But thank you for the donation. I can see you want an info.
Yeah, just very quickly, we've got 362 people watching the live stream. 247 likes we got so far. It'd be nice to hit 300 before the end of the stream. It'll take you a second to do. Just hit the thumbs up if you're watching on a mobile device and you've got the live chat open. Just close the live chat. You'll see the thumbs up. Just hit the thumbs up. Take you a second to do, and it's free. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. It's free to do that as well. Thank you. Back to you.
Steve Coniston as well, Phil. Massive thank you to Steve Coniston has done it at 4.99. He's not left a message, but Steve, massively appreciate it. Thank you for
Can I just say, Steve Coniston is going to be playing five-a-side with us as well, by the way. So thanks to you, Steve. Thanks for you, Steve. Cheers for that, pal.
Look forward to playing five-a-side with you.
You still have to pay for five-a-side, though. That doesn't count.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Right. Sorry, it's me on commentary, isn't it? There. Head tennis again, as we do there. Clark Harris has won a flick on. That's offside from Peterborough, so the ball is back out of play there. Clark Harris has won a few more headers in the second half, I'd say, and trying to link up better with his sort of other forwards there. Dembele gone a bit quiet since the goal, but as DJ Earth has just put in the chat, watch Dembele get a second. DJ Earth has constantly said we will end up in the playoffs.
Do you think that's just Dino? Do you think that's just Dino?
No, it's Stuart. He's got Stuart, I believe, on there. But Dino's probably somewhere else in there. Just going, we're going to concede 4 goals. His disco lights will be on after that free kick, though, I imagine. Free kick forward. Charlie Wyke has won the header down the line. O'Brien is chasing Thompson. Thompson has taken a dive, and they've got a free kick there. Jack, what are your thoughts with 5 minutes to go now?
Largely the same as what I said with 10 minutes. Just see the game out if we can. Of course, I would love 3 points, but going 1-0 down, and then I didn't really think we were going to score. Scared us too much. I mean, I would love to get 3 points. That would be absolutely massive in what is really a 6-pointer. But if you just look to see the game out, that'll be absolutely fantastic.
Definitely. Phil, thoughts going into it? You're looking a bit nervous now?
No, I'm just with pressing, and I can see us nicking one. I really can. I think since we went 1-0 down, I think we've pressed them a bit more, and you know, well, fingers crossed. I would love it, love it if they
we beat them.
McGeady just had a shot from about 20 yards out there, but it was a horrible scuff. Just went straight out for a goal kick. We're on 86 minutes and about 30 seconds on my stream now, so you'll be probably 87, just about there, I would have thought.
86, 47 seconds for me.
Still 2-0.
53.
Still 2-0 in Hull's game. Ball forward from the keeper. Max Power has done another hook ball forward. Charlie White's won a header. O'Brien's going to get to that down the right-hand side. Is he going to keep it in? No, he let the ball bounce out of play. Didn't want to put too much effort into challenging their player to get the ball, because you know what happens when O'Brien and a defender get near the advertising boards. They like to start fights, just like at Burton. Another goal.
CONRAD, you were getting big of it?
Me as John Brayford was definitely in there starting to wind them up there, and I got the wrong man sent off, so I cost my team the result, really.
If anyone doesn't get that joke, I'm just going to quickly pull up a photo of John Brayford.
Not the one I sent you earlier on where he didn't have a beard. He looks now like me there. Yes, Pim with the goal kick. Yeah, I know he had hair, which is unlike me entirely. Goal kick went straight out for a throw-in on the halfway line. McLaughlin, there I am. That is me.
There he is. Conrad Lee.
Separated at birth.
John Brayford. There we go.
Yeah. O'Nien over to Denver Hume, who stood on the ball, but he's managed to beat his man still. So it was on purpose, that means. Long ball forward. Charlie White won the header. It's just gone to a Peterborough man. McGeady challenging. No, Scowen, sorry. Long ball forward from Peterborough, looking for Dembele on the right-hand side. O'Nien is with him. O'Nien sticks his head in and has come away with the ball. Come away with the ball, but the referee's pulled it back for a free kick to Sunderland there. I'm guessing it was a high foot from Dembele, but good committed play from O'Nien. Anything in the chat, Phil, as we enter the last minutes before
people saying keep the faith and stuff like that. We've got a lot of people from abroad, Slovakia, Brazil, all you lot. Thanks for tuning in. It's much appreciated. I'm back in play. I don't know about you, Conrad, yet.
Not quite. Burge is just about to take it there. So Burge with a long kick forward, headed clear by Peterborough. Long ball forward again. O'Nien has headed it clear. Again, headed. It's just heading back and forth. This here. Peterborough, ball over the top. Sanderson's let it bounce. Dembele chasing him. Sanderson's got there and retained possession. He's driving forward. He's played a ball to McGeady, who's just kept the ball. It's with Gooch, right-hand side. McGeady. Infield to Scowen. Has something happened there, Phil? Because you've got your head on your hands. O'Nien cutting forward.
Put it that way.
Yeah. Max Power coming forward. I'm waiting to see what's happening here. Like he's pushed Gooch down the right side. In from Power. Defender. Oh my God, they've hit the post from their own deflection. It deflected off of their defenders and hit the post and has gone out for a corner. Sunderland nearly stole the lead there from Peterborough. It was a deep cross from Max Power. It hit one defender, hit the second, and just bounced onto the post and out for a corner. So what minute are we on now? We are on 89:30 on mine. Go on, Jack.
Quickly say 386 people watching, 287 likes. If you haven't already, please do press that thumbs up button, give us a like. If you watch on a mobile device, you might have to close your live chat again to do that. But it is free, it doesn't cost anything, it'll only take you a second. If you haven't already as well, please do subscribe to the channel. If you're new around here, we do this for every single game, as well as our shows on the Thursday and the Sunday where we sit and talk about the game and whatever else us idiots waffle on about. It'd be much appreciated. As well, if you want to get yourselves in on the live chat, comment whatever you want. The super chat is available, but if not, it is still free to comment and we'll read out as many as we can. We'll back yourself.
Pim has got the ball. It was sort of pinging around, a few crosses on there, but Pim has got the ball. We've got 5 minutes have been added on here. Josh Bell in the chat says Scowen has been very good. I agree. Since he's come on, I think he's given us something in the midfield, just not letting Peterborough just sort of pass it around there. Long ball forward. Charlie White doesn't get it. It's with their left back. He's hooked the ball forward. McLaughlin has won the header. Another header from Peterborough. Head tennis galore this game. Scowen with a great tackle on Dembele, but it's broken to Thompson. Coming forward on the right-hand side of the pitch. It's with number 23, Ward, taking on Denver Hume. Hume and Scowen there to block him. Thompson's got the ball back to Ward. He's got a free cross in the box. It's blocked by Scowen. Gone out for a throw-in on the right-hand side. Where are we at now? Scowen still there, just sort of barking orders at the team. Thompson looks to be doing maybe a longer throw. None of their centre-backs have come forward. It's back with Dembele into Ward. Back to Dembele. Looks to have been smothered by the Sunderland players, but they're on the floor. Scowen is broken free, but they've given a free kick to Sunderland again. That's twice we've come away with the ball and he's pulled it back for free kicks. Pim, another shot of their goalkeeper. He looks to be in some pain and discomfort.
Yeah.
They obviously didn't want to sub their keeper. They didn't want to sub their keeper, it looks like. There is Burge with another long ball forward. I don't know who that was, but he jumped right over the top of Wyke, but has somehow given the free kick for Peterborough. That was number 5, which I believe is Beavers. Beavers jumped right over Charlie Wyke.
He's got man of the match.
Has he? I wouldn't have done that. Like,
to be fair, right, aside from the free kick that we scored, which Beavers, I mean, it might have made the foul in the lead up, I can't quite remember, but have we really even had many chances? I mean, you could argue that Peterborough's defence has done well to keep us out.
Yeah, I mean, both defences, I think, have done quite well in this game here. I believe Hull have gone 3-0 up. I've just got an alert through on my phone. Again, doesn't really matter as long as we do not lose this game. We've still got to play Hull and 2 games in hand. O'Nien headed it clear. It's back with Thompson. Ball forward. I think that's Clark Harris has won the flick on, but O'Nien has cleared it. That is Scowen heading it clear. Again, no one there. It's just coming straight back. Power outfield to Gooch on the right-hand side. Gooch has now got the ball crossing the halfway line. Power's overlapped him. Gooch has cut inside and beaten his man. Going all the way forward with it here. Onto the left-hand side. It's with Hume halfway inside the Peterborough half. He's done a 1-2 with McGeady. McGeady's lost the ball. It's gone out of play for a Sunderland throw. Lee Johnson ran forward and passed it to Denver Hume there. Lee Johnson trying to get us to play a bit quicker. Ball forward. Charlie White just holding the ball in the corner. No, he's passed it back to Hume. Anyone Sunderland player going to get there? Crossing it in. Flicked. And it's just toward the Peterborough keeper has gathered the ball. 3 minutes of injury time gone. Another 2 remain at this point here. Pim again in discomfort when he's kicking the ball. They refuse to sub their keeper. I don't think they've made all their subs either. Power back to Burge, who's played it outfield to Gooch on the right-hand side. Gooch back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin has gone all the way back to Lee Burge. Burge has hoofed it forward. It's not won. Beavers has won it, but it's back to Power just on our halfway line. He's played down the line to Lyndon Gooch. Gooch just trotting forward with the ball. He's got McGeady for company. Power just in behind. Power back to Lyndon Gooch on the right-hand side. Infield down to the McGeady crossed it, blocked. It's gone out for a Sunderland corner. Right at the end of the game, about a minute and 10 seconds left to go. Sunderland have a corner. McGeady's running over to take this. Sanderson 09 and McLaughlin have come forward. Looks like Scowen and Hume are staying at the back there. So we've got most of our players forward. We're not resting on this 1-1 in the game here. So McGeady just shaping up to take the free kick. Anyone going to do it there? McLaughlin challenging the keeper. Cross comes in. Power, it's gone over everyone. Power just struggling to keep it in, has launched it back. Sunderland players won that. Scowen's won the ball, launches it forward. That's probably going to go out for a goal kick to Peterborough. It does. It's bounced out of play. Goal kick there. 30 seconds left to go. Pim again, just slowly walking. It looks like Peterborough are happy to take this point as well at this point here. Since we've scored, they are very much settled into this game.
Yeah, they haven't overcommitted, I think.
No, they were at this point on here. Once we got back into the game, I think they were like, we're happy as well. We'll take our chances in the other games as well. They've offered nothing since we've equalised. Power headed the ball forward. A few seconds left to go. It's back with Peterborough's goalkeeper. Is that it? Has the referee blown the whistle? Yep. He has blown the whistle. Full time, 1-1.
Yes, well, I think I said before the game that I would take a point. I mean, we'll get into all of this in our short little review, our 10 to 15 minute review of the game, and of course, in more detail on Thursday Night Live. But we want to thank every single person who's tuned in to watch us. We've had 387 people watching us currently, but everyone who's tuned in throughout the stream, massive thank you. We hope we've done something during our stream, but massive thank you as well. 308 likes, we've hit 300 likes, of course. That's always our biggest target towards the end. So thank you to every single person who's done. Thank you to every single person as well who has donated by the live chat. That really goes out, really goes and helps ourselves in the running of the channel, I guess. But for myself, Jack Dodds, from Way Philly and from CONRAD Lee, thank you to every single person who's tuned in. Thank you to Sunderland for getting the point today as well. But we will see you again on Thursday Night Live and our review show after. But take care and bye-bye.